from the raid. All right, now we are. Now we're back. Now we're working. It's from the raid.
Okay, can I be heard now?
Ah!
Okay, can I be heard now?
Stop! Echo. No echo.
Also, hello Argon. This boy is from my stream. It's from my server.
Oh, nice.
Because I posted there.
Okay, how do I get the Ninja OBS thing to work?
You go on the website.
It's working. We got your avatar.
I'm gonna go face cam tonight.
All right.
I
Hey,
figured
thanks
it
for
was
the
only
follow.
fair.
I probably just killed myself, didn't I?
What the hell did
Yeah,
I just...
you did.
Oh, bot spam. Damn. Come on.
So, Argon, since you're new to this absolutely completely improvised stream, to explain, basically this stream, the way it is set up is it is entirely improvised. There is no there is no real plot per se. It is a bunch of yes and. It is me playing off the characters and the characters playing off of me. And the audience, aka you, can interact with the stream through stream points. So basically, by watching the stream, you accrue X amount of points. When you hit the follow button, you get points. Whenever you subscribe, you get points, I think, as well. And you, as a viewer, can give suggestions. You can inspire the players. You can name NPCs. You can give people breaks. You can name places. You can smite enemies. You can heal players. You can smite players. Or you can, if you get enough channel points, you can make your own NPC or throw a random encounter at us that we have to go and do.
This reminded me of Joe Cat's How to Play a Bard rep.
Okay, I cannot seem to get the site to work.
Are you feeding your camera through anywhere else?
I mean, I've got OBS, so I could close that.
Or just use OBS Virtual Camera. Yeah, if two devices use the camera feed directly,
Well, no,
then they block each other out.
the Ninja site isn't loading at all.
Oh.
I mean, if you want to throw an Emrakul at the players, by all means, go for it. I will figure a way into making it awesome. That is a thing that you can do. Do keep in mind that if at any point in time you make a suggestion that I feel doesn't exactly go well with what I'm trying to do or with the game itself, I can refund you that suggestion. So you don't lose any channel points for it, but at the same time, like, if I feel Emrakul at this point in time would not be a very cool encounter, I could just go, no Emrakul today.
Wait,
but later.
Fuck? Sorry, I'm having technical issues at the moment. What the fuck is that? Where is that fucking channel feed? I'm looking for an element of the street. It's just completely bloody missing. Well, fucking log in with Twitch and it's stupid. Keep me logged in. I hate sites that don't keep you logged in. You fucking log in every time. Right.
Oh no. No, Victor. No. I don't want to give the Nine Hells that much power. That would be insane.
No, you don't understand. This is not.
Oh, it's there. It is
a
there.
forced relationship. It's like an agreed upon dynamic, you know.
Where the fuck is that?
Zariel makes a pact with Emrakul to take down the gate watch with her.
Sure.
The world will know the aeons torn.
Okay, this is weird. My webcam is
And
not
Jace
work now.
and Teferi will fall.
Is this references to the other stream?
Yeah, I don't know why, guys, but my webcam's being weird today.
This is the deep Magic the Gathering lore.
Yes, this is the Magic the Gathering lore that Wizards doesn't want you to know about.
There it is. What the hell is it doing all the way up there? I couldn't bloody find it.
Anyway.
Oh, this is such a mess.
I'm getting these references.
Phyrexia shall rise. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Everyone will be
I
completed.
might have to
Don't worry
have
about
somebody
it.
kind of walk me through it later, because my camera's
Don't-
not wanting to work.
Don't worry about it too much. For right now. we're just gonna we'll worry about it next stream because we're already 20 minutes in, and I don't want to
Yeah.
I don't want to keep things on hold for too
And
long.
as awesome
Speaking,
as
Um,
this setup is,
speaking like
I
we weren't late like half an hour.
cannot keep this on. It is
Yeah.
way too fucking warm. Oh.
Shrug.
Oh. Breathability. There we
Happy
go.
sounds out of context.
My body can breathe. now.
Do we have do you have a base layout? What do you
No,
need?
it was a blank scene. Nothing there.
Blank scene. Weird.
Yeah, what happened in the last one? Yeah, we had an extremely fluffy sheep, which was the which we encountered into multiple times. There was a midget thrower. What was it? The Goliath wizard.
Yeah,
with
the Goliath wizard with his
a
gnome fighter.
which he used catapult to launch at his adversaries.
It's a
Yes.
throwing weapon.
And some
Yes.
and some reference to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy in there as well. Probably several references to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, don't worry too
speak-
much.
Speaking about like fantasy classics, I finished the first book from Terry Pratchett, The Color of Magic.
Oh, we still got Steve from accounting in here as well. We would never use anymore. Still there.
Oh, don't worry. Steve from accounting just disappeared. He'll be
I'm-
back. I'm messing. He's there. He's just in the background. He's being quiet.
There you go. That's how it's done.
Too quiet.
Steve from accounting. Let's do him a token. Oh, that was actually done as a token. That's weird. Huh.
Alright. Yeah, we'll try and get my camera up for next. Well, I'm actually not gonna be here next week.
Okay. All
I have
right
to
then.
mentally prepare myself to get batshit drunk.
Also, Taffy, go ahead and refund Victor the 75 points because he doesn't need to make that suggestion for Steve to
Oh,
be back.
no. I'm just throwing in-game suggestions for jokes. I have like 40k points.
40k points.
Well, I still need to do
Yep.
something with it.
I mean, I was in a similar boat as Matthew, but I didn't have the chance to like
To
boost
offload
up
millions of points.
to
Yeah.
power creep the party.
I used to have 40k points. I'm now down to 14k.
Yep.
And
Nice.
sadly, now that you're a player, you cannot use those on us to level up anymore.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Damn it.
so much?
We lost our big source. We lost our
Well,
bankroller.
The
Uh,
way
Yes,
it's
we
unless-
lost the patron.
The one player is allowed to spend points per game. I think that's reasonable.
Sure, I'll allow it
I
because I will allow it simply because Victor has like 40k and I want it burned
I
through those.
have almost 30k, so
Yeah, 40k, 30k. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I thought we were like allowed to spend points within reason, like not to trigger
Oh, no,
inspires
no.
or such, but
No, you guys
don't
can
worry
spend
about
points
it,
to throw
Argon.
enemies at
You'll
people.
get there, sweetie.
Like here, real quick. I'm just gonna put it out there right now. You guys as players can spend points to make NPCs or make enemy encounters or any of like the top tier expensive stuff. If
Yeah.
someone, if a person in the chat who doesn't have the channel points makes a suggestion that you feel would be better as an NPC or an enemy encounter, like feel free to spend points on that suggestion to make it work for that stream for that viewer because
Can
you know,
I-
that's what this is all about.
Can I do extra 5-minute break 28 times to delay the stream 2.5
There's
hours?
a limit of
No.
there's a limit.
Ah.
There's a limit of the number of uses of that per stream.
Yeah.
I think it's one per stream.
So, for example, Victor, if you actually did like Argon's suggestion of Emrakul slipping up in here and being a flying spaghetti monster for a session or two, then you can either have that be an NPC or an enemy encounter and spend your own channel points for it, since you have
But-
so much.
But like I can still do my own ideas as well, right? Like
Yeah.
all of us.
I'm not saying
'Cause,
that you
like,
can't.
yeah. Then,
This is
then it's
improvised.
all the same. Then it's all the same as it was before. Cause like the only thing that was really that would have been really
Yeah,
big
I
was
did
the level up, but that's not active. So yeah.
Can someone just summon the beach episode?
that.
You know what? You know what?
Yeah,
If you drop 10k channel points, I'll let you summon the beach episode.
We don't have the option.
yeah.
Then
Going to
spend.
add the Twitch redeem of 10k the beach episode.
Hey, hey, question, Taffy. Would you add that as a suggestion? 10k channel points, the beach episode, or no, not beach episode. Insert session theme.
Yeah.
There you go.
That could be kind of cool, actually.
Mhm.
I'll think about how that could be implemented. So
Well, I already know the way it's gonna be implemented. I already have a very good idea how it's gonna be implemented.
okay.
You're thinking about the beach episode set specifically, right?
No,
Because you
no,
said
any
theme,
setting,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
any setting.
Okay. Do you want me to add that in now? I can add that in now.
Add it in right now.
All
Right now.
I'll do that right now. Then.
I'm slapping the button.
Not me.
Not if I
spending
slap
10
it first.
Not me spending 10k on a universe where everyone's obsessed with giving Xander free stuff.
No.
And it was
It's
Let's
a
be
all
GM's,
a
in,
dream.
be GM's interpretation.
It's a theme.
GM's interpretation.
Fair enough.
I will say it is a session theme.
Yeah. So it's not a case of like,
And-
yeah, something happens. It can always be, rather, no, I'll let you just sort of indulge as much as you want with that, but as much detail, and it can always be rejected if you're going to deviate so far from the original plan. Okay. So we need an icon. So I think we've got an icon for that. What could an icon for that look like?
A dolphin?
A globe.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds perfect, right? And globe.
And maybe put the little caveat on it that if we are midway through, if we're halfway or greater than through a session, it'll be next session that it takes place. And then I'll just put a reminder.
Well, no,
somewhere.
it's a case of like as you push it, you push it on. It basically changes the theme, does it not? So it would carry on
Yes,
next
it
session,
does.
and you can always once you're done with that theme, then I can always deactivate the
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, there
All
are
right,
ways.
then.
There are ways around it. We can figure it out. It's just just see what happens.
All right.
Set it as a one-time use per session as well.
No.
Oh yeah. That'll be once used. Okay. Save image as. Okay.
Insert hole breaker horror. Oh, jeez.
Tabletop
I
stuff.
already have my idea.
Project.
Are you gonna spend your
I
last
am
points on this?
not shocked.
The theme is Norse Vikings and Valhalla. So everyone's vision goes black, and
Breathe,
you all
Shad,
hear the
breathe.
no. Let me finish. Everyone's screen grows black, and all of a sudden you hear the trundling of wooden wheels upon a cobblestone road. Your eyes open, and you see a blonde Norseman in front of you. Ah,
God
I
damn it,
see.
Chad.
You're finally awake.
No Skyrim.
No.
I am awake, but not that awake. Be nice.
Aww.
I see you are. I see
You'll never
you were
catch
beekeep-
me.
There we go.
You were trying to beekeep over there in Rorikstead, but you got caught along with that horse thief.
So layer, crop the content.
I love how the globe is America, but we have only 2 Americans.
Hey, look. This is America. Look where we
That-
live in.
That may be America, but this ain't America.
I just
Can't wait for someone to give me the America theme.
Okay, so we're gonna do image, scale image. There we go. Right.
If someone does an America theme, I wonder if I should go with the Team America world as kind of like my theme for that, or if I should go with the Fear of Loathing in Las Vegas, my theme for that, where everything's just like a drug-induced, trippy horror show.
Or, the sensible thing with American mythology and Wendigos and Western and such.
Here's the thing: I don't know a lot about Native American culture, so I don't want to mess with that and risk
Sure.
pissing someone off. So I would rather do terrible parody or drug trip fever dream.
Hmm.
You know what? Let's go back to the '80s. Let's do Grand Theft Auto if someone slaps an America theme on us.
Beautiful. Right. Scale layer. I'll relink that then. Right. Actually, did that work? Actually, work better with image. Scale image. Yes, it did. It did. It worked way better with that. That saves me a lot of time. 56. Links. Scale. Excellent. File. Export as. Yeah, you're going to make 3 of them because apparently Twitch doesn't have the technology to rescale images. So you've got to make the 3.
Does that?
Okay. So when you do the channel rewards then, it doesn't ask you to upload a 112 by 112,
No,
a 50.
because it auto does it for me.
Well, fucking doesn't for me. It always bitches at me. There's got to be exactly this number of pixels. Like, oh, for fuck's sake.
That's weird.
It's got to be at least 69 pixels.
Nice.
I'll show you. If you all look on the stream, I'll show you on mine now what I'm having to do.
No, it's I know it was an update that they did a while back, I think.
That was a while back because it's just.
Or no, wait, no, that was for emotes. Never mind. It auto does it for emotes now.
If it's not 69 pixels, you're about to get messed
Yeah,
with.
you've got to upload the thing 3 times. One is a 112 by 112, a 56 by 56, and a.
Well, while you're fixing that, I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. I'll be back.
What the hell did I just do? Shit. Image. Excuse me, I'm talking whilst doing things. That's what it is. 28 by 28. Right. Scale. Right, yeah, we go. Right. File. Come on. Export as. 28. Oh, and it's got to be under a certain size as well, which is fucking tiny. Like our 112 pixels by 112 pixels can actually be over what the server can manage. It's so bizarre. I've like it's just so completely unnecessary. Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like now for anybody that's curious. Add new custom reward. So this is going to be that's gonna have to be a gold, isn't it? Yeah, that's gonna have to go up.
I'm gonna be
What do you
right
10?
back.
What do you want to make? You want to make it 10,000? You think it should be 10?
It-
Yeah, makes sense. Oh shit! I need the color. Edit color. No, that's not the color. That is not the color. What? That's not the color that is. Yeah, see, it's a totally different color. What the fuck is wrong? Oh. Why does it do that? Why? Yeah, it just goes, oh, here we go, here's a color for you. Yeah, but that's not the color, is it? There you go. That's what I was... That's Amazon coding, that is. It does that when you try to highlight the whole thing because you want to change the search, and because you've scrolled past the block, it just closes the window. It's there stuck.
Okay, I'm back. So question: can someone refund Argon that 75 points he just spent? He really wants the America theme.
Okay. But first, only one person could do that. That's me, and I'm in the middle of doing this, if you recall.
Ah, yes. Whenever you finish.
Oh, for God's sake.
Well, you can't just get howling mines. You have to go to them.
But when we get there, we're all allowed to draw extra cards each turn, right?
Yes.
So
And,
the Howling Mine.
And and sadly the boss for that is gonna be Nekusar.
It's a price I'm willing to pay.
Take 1 psychic damage every 6 seconds. You draw extra cards.
Yeah, it's simple.
Back.
Everyone's under the effect of the haste spell, but every round everyone takes psychic damage. But because everyone has the haste spell, no one has the haste spell.
No, you still have the haste spell. You still have extra actions you can take. That's still very powerful.
The thing is, everyone has it, including all the enemies.
What should we call it?
Warp.
Yeah, World Warp. There you go.
Will warp.
Or Theme Warp. I don't know.
Nah, World Warp.
Also, very minor aside, for the players at the very least, whenever the world or theme warps, it has always been that way for that player or character.
But of
Oh
course.
my fucking God.
So basically, if we go from hardcore fantasy to mafia dealers in the streets, people use swords and shields instead of Tommy guns, and people have always worked for Al Capone or some shit like that. Just minor backstory changes.
No. It's not Alf Capone. It's Elf Capone.
There you go.
Yeah. But
There
also,
you
just to put it out there, we are not like changing the universe. So like, we won't be suddenly in the future in any of them, or suddenly in some reference word or
Yes,
other
I know.
pop culture thing. Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
It's just one of those. Maybe that can be a 20k is just straight up World Warp.
No, I just don't want to do that. To be honest.
Fair enough.
Like-
What
Oh,
you
like-
don't want to?
New artwork for Tepin.
What you don't want to spend a whole session in Cyberpunk 2077 land using
No,
5th edition
that's-
D&D rules?
That's like one
no.
thing, but then
No.
Imagine
It,
having a
it's not.
serious scene and then suddenly you are Goomba stomping
Well,
mushrooms
no.
between tunnels.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I can always reject that particular proposal if there is a moment that it would break. Keep that in mind. I can always do that.
Like, so the viewers need to know that as well.
It is done.
Yeah.
I'm just saying so that everyone.
It is done. It is active.
Yeah, the players know this.
Do I dare do it? Do I dare press the button?
Oh, there it is.
Right.
Let's do the time warp again. All right then. So we are starting officially after 40 minutes of prepping. Don't worry about it. Oh no.
You want me to refund a bunch of stuff?
You can refund it if you want.
Refund the in-game suggestion from Argon. All right then. So, allow me to set the scene.
Straight to VHS Christmas episode.
All right then. Allow me to set the theme. So,
Straight to VHS
the camera
Christmas
pans
episode.
in on an old wooden cabin in the middle of a snowy field.
Jesus, sorry.
There are.
Sorry, Shad. Do that again. I ended up with a fucking echo feed.
Okay. So the camera pans in on an old wooden cabin in the middle of a snowy field. Little trees that seem to be made of that stop motion animation stuff that they use in like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
You mean claymation?
Yeah, claymation, thank you. There are claymation trees just peppered here and there all over the place. And as the door kicks open. Tepin, please
Mm.
give us the first line of the Christmas song about going on adventure.
You asked for this. You fucking asked for this. No, you didn't.
No,
The
it was
guy
me.
who's pissing himself fucking laughing did.
I don't know.
It's okay, don't worry. Skitter's got this. Skid, like, you stand there, paused, unable to think of something, and then sliding up next to you. Going on an adventure is really Christmas themed. She then hands it off to you.
Cheers.
Fighting monsters, saving people?
And then you kind of point backwards, and Drew, your Christmas themed music line.
It's not quite all it seems.
Point back over to Xander.
I'm sorry, are you guys having a stroke?
Maybe we are all having a stroke, but I can't tell. Puts it back to Tepin.
It's
wait,
Christmas, so
remember I
maybe
said
we're stuck in hell.
Xander.
Do I like need to call a cleric or something?
At that and at this point, walking up the hill, singing his own little merry addition to the Christmas tune, Bash.
Whose jaw they have to break to shut this racket up?
Yeah, that
And-
is a
and-
sensible man, thank you.
And just like that. the little
Also,
instrumental
why
goes,
am I singing in tune? I'm meant
And
to be
just- and
speaking now to that fucking tree there.
and
bit
just
of
like
clay.
that.
That clear!
And just like that, the little chip tune of do 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 just comes to a full stop, just gets cut right off in the middle of everything, just stops entirely, full stop. And each of you breathes a sigh of relief, is like, oh thank fuck we don't have to sing anymore. And each of you guys looks over and you see a tree sitting there, and it just spins around. It has a big, happy face on it with a big red nose and blushy cheeks, and it goes, well, hi there, Tepin and Skitter and Drew and Xander. I'm here to tell y'all about an adventure.
I mean, I like adventure.
Oh, that's real good. Hey, look, there's a guy over there, too. You should maybe include him in that there adventure. Or else my name ain't Old Treebeard.
I'm sorry, just something. First of all, I get it, you're a tree, and it is all very celebratory. First of all, why are you in my tavern? And second, we should get out of the tavern
We're
first.
in it.
It's
He's
Yeah.
outside the tavern. He's outside the tavern.
I was going with a yes and true, but sure.
Oh,
Come
fair enough,
on!
fair enough.
Come on, Shad.
Fair enough. You know, I got you. Oh,
Yes.
dang, I never realized I entered your tavern. I'm sorry, I messed up the wooden floors. He kind of just like,
That's fine. But for all the guys' sake, we have to keep it secular in the tavern. It's a business thing. We don't want to offend anyone's culture.
Ah, that's a lot of
see-
pish. Nobody's offended by fucking Christmas. We only
see
say we're happy
Treebeard's
holidays
eyes,
because there's just other
Turbo.
things that people celebrate alongside it. But everybody puts up the glitz and lights and stuff. I just have no idea.
Yeah.
Why is that tree made of clay?
Yeah, and I don't care, but like they should remain here to spend money. It
Candy
is
Mountains
good for the business.
and Candy Mountains, Charlie.
Yeah, that's just...
That was
vigilant.
Honestly, IRL, that old sort of thing, or Christmas is offended is a load of shite. And if you do generally think that is a legitimate thing, Google Christmas in Saudi Arabia. Honestly, they embarrass Belgium with their lights display.
So,
Yeah, I was going on the part where it's like a business thing. Like companies don't even actually care about the other cultures that they want to embrace with that. They just care about their money.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
with
No, no,
all,
Santa. There's no need to devote to a non-denominal Winterfest mass.
well,
Everyone
you see
hail the unnamed
Treebeard's
god.
you see Treebeard's eyes narrow, and he just says, "All the people that don't do Christmas are heathens, but that's just
Yeah,
my
that's nice for
opinion."
my friend.
Just kind of like begins backwards walking out the tavern while just breaking the floorboards, just like crunch, 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 crunch.
Don't worry, Mr. Treebird. I fight for the war on Christmas on the side of Christmas.
I'm sorry, Travis. I'm going to get them out as soon as possible, and there won't be any more damage to the floor.
Yeah, so at this point, you see the dwarf just sort of rock up to the tavern with two sort of small hand axes, probably the smallest axes you've ever seen on a dwarf walks in the place. Hey, barkeep, I hear you do that great little dwarven ale, yeah.
You
You
see the barkeep is dressed in a green elf uniform. They are a human though, and they kind of like turn to you and they look at you with like this deadpan expression of like, "Welcome to Xander's Tavern. Happy holidays to you. Would you like to order a mint cafe frappuccino?"
What the fuck is that? Nah, dwarven ale. Oh, that good stout. You had some from the northern mountains, from what I've heard. That stuff is hard
I
to get
have
hold of.
I have all the ale in the world. Just kind of like reaches behind the desk, just like pulls up a small lager, a little pint, pours it in, offers it to you. That'll be like 5 silver.
Well, if it's the real stuff, we'll see about that first.
Very.
And you just see that sort of like, the glazed sort of look. Everybody seen Ratatouille?
Yeah.
When he eats the ratatouille, and
Yep.
and he
Just
just sort of does. He
that
sort of has that sort of like whoa moment, and he just puts 2 gold down, put 3 more there behind for me. I'll be here for a bit.
All right, cool. I'm not that much of a beer drinker, and he pours another pint. But I can understand how some people would want to drink, especially at this time of the year.
What happened to Travis?
Just pours another drink.
Yeah. Where's that Travis chap? I want to shake that man's hand. That's if you recall, it's the barkeep. I had a look at chat.
The
NPC
tavern owner.
stuff. Yeah, I forgot. Travis Barkeep. It's a good strong dwarven name.
Travis is spending time with his family.
Ah, yes, that is fair.
Unlike
Yeah.
me.
Right, yeah, I'm sure I'll see the chap at some point.
His
And
eye twitches.
just gonna sit there and swig away.
At that-
I picked that by accident.
And around this point in time, as each of you guys are kind of like just like looking around this tavern with like the destroyed floor,
That's gonna
You
be
hear-
a pain in the ass to buffer out, guys.
you hear a rap-a-tap tap 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 on a window nearby Teppan.
Huh?
There's a squirrel there.
Squirrel!
Yes. You gonna open the window?
Sure.
All right then. You open the window, and
It's not gonna attack us, right, guys?
the squirrel looks at you, and the squirrel goes.
Goes like, what?
1 second.
Speaks
I may need to
very-
speak with animals.
Speaks very rapidly. Teppan, roll me an intelligence check.
She's just standing there like,
What?
Yes. Roll me the intelligence. That was some real rapid speak right there.
Yeah. I think he's had too many nuts.
I'm sorry, Tepin, let me try.
Probably some of them.
Xander walks up and as he's walking up, I'm gonna.
Oh wait, I can speak with animals. forgot about that.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Okay, so you cast Speak with Animals.
Yeah.
And the squirrel goes.
Okay, slow down.
Wait. Before he slows down,
Yes. Yes.
I cast haste on the squirrel.
Oh. What you hear is.
Yeah, it was worth it. The spell ends, the squirrel gets stunned.
Alright. I'm sorry, Tapin, I know that you like this squirrel, but I think we won't get any information, and we had a job anyways.
I never said I
What
liked squirrel.
while the squirrel is stunned, you hear very slow speech from this squirrel, or normal speech as the squirrel goes, "Hail verily, compatriots of the land. I require your assistance in a matter that is most..." As they speed back up.
It
Uh,
needs your help.
I would like both Tepin and Xander to roll me a intelligence check.
Again.
I have a question.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on this.
By all means.
So that's
But your
what
question.
what's it up to now? A D8?
Yes, I
Yes.
believe it's a D8.
Because
And,
I'm gonna roll
Xander,
the
your
D8
question.
first for shits and giggles.
So, is it now a thematic change? Or are we just gutting what we were doing?
Yeah, I'm not
There
gutting
and-
what you were doing. I'm not gutting what you were doing. It's a thematic change.
Because we literally just
fine.
got a job and we are getting a new one right now.
No. Yeah, trust me. I got you, Victor. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
With a 20, you're able to decipher the sped up dialogue of this scroll as it says, "Hail verily, my dear compatriots. We hast a job for you. A small child is forcing other children to dig a hole and build a mine or of some description over in that yonder town with the bees. I
Oh,
apologize for
no.
my quickened speech. I was a bit too how shall we say,
Excited?
excited, and I ate too much cocaine."
I'm sorry,
Guys,
where
we
was
got
that?
a problem.
Yes, Tepin, we are aware of it. This is actually what Travis was telling us just yesterday.
Oh.
Yes, we were heading there anyway, so it all works out.
Didn't we just get back from that place?
"Well, now you're going back, friend," the squirrel says in his very sped up dialogue, and just thumbs up to you, and then
Wait, guys, where's
like-
Kodak? Did he get
This is a-
called off to war again or something?
Yes.
"I believe he did."
Oh,
Mhm.
maybe we should ask that dwarf over there to fill his place then.
And
"I would
where is
consider that."
Where is that other Dragonborn that we found? You know,
Wait, what? We
Skitter
found a
wa-
dragonborn?
yeah, Skitter was all over them. They made some very
Ah.
cool music.
Oh. Oh god, not again.
Yes.
What have I told
The,
you about hitting on Dragonborn Skinner?
"I
Uh,
can't help it. He was a tall glass of water, and I was very thirsty."
But could we
Oh,
say that Xander has the art piece just for reference to the bars extension for later?
Wait,
What?
The art piece that Skitter drew. Could we say that Xander has it for the future expansion of the bars
No.
facilities that he was talking about?
No,
Skitter,
that's
it's
a
not the
personal piece.
blacksmith, is it?
Skitter pulls out a very, very gorgeous piece of art that is
Oh, Skitter is
of
there. Never mind. I thought.
yes,
Okay.
that is of Xander, that is of Alexander. My fault. With this
Yep.
other dragonborn, kind of like in a caressing position.
Oh god.
It is beautiful. It brings an unbidden tear to your eye because that was a 30.
Yeah, it was actually a 30 on the dice roll.
It was a critical success. I remember that. It is a masterpiece. As they kind of like,
gonna stand there and shake her head, just like,
What am I gonna do with you?
I can't help it. It was very nice. She tucks it back into her robes. But yes, you
Oh,
should go get that
yes.
man over there.
Speaking of which, you people talk to the dwarven individual. I'm going to head back to management and talk to the board for the expansion matters.
Okay.
You hear the squirrel say, Tepin, this is not a matter that can actually be held off on. The children are dying, probably.
Well,
I am unsure.
Dude, fuzzbutt! God!
Nice.
Ah, yes, I shall take my leave then. And they leap off the window and back into the snow. You hear snorting.
Goodbye,
from within.
Fuzzbutt!
Through the window to the snow.
To the snow!
So she is gonna go over to the dwarf and be like, "Excuse me, sir."
Oh, to me?
Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taffy, your character
aye.
hears.
I
I
was wondering, do you see grand adventures
Do I,
and lots of gold?
adventures in gold?
Yeah.
Depends on the adventure.
Well, right now we're going to save children.
He sort of, he's using his internal voice for this. Saving children, that's got to get some brony points, right?
Well, I mean,
Internal voice.
Internal voice. You hear a response. I suppose it would, but you're being asked to. So not as many as if you, unless you had done it on your own volition.
All right, well, that's good enough for me. I'm sure I'll work this shit out eventually. Back to his external voice. Aye, why not help the little kiddies? He's on his. He's just about to get his third tankard. Actually, I'll have the third and fourth tankard when I get back.
Actually, can we
Of
get
course,
a character
sir.
description?
yeah. What's this dwarf look like, Taffy?
Oh right. So you see, sort of like a wearing sort of like, you know, thicker sort of fur-lined clothing, possibly something that he's kind of handed down himself, maybe somewhat. I don't know what the hell they called. What you know, the sort of what the hell's the footwear that you see the Shaolin wear? Where it sort of looks like a thick sock that they've wrapped around their leg with like a sole in it that they've just strapped up with cord. He's wearing a pair of those. Very loose fitting sort of clothes with the sleeves sort of cut off on this, cut off. He has a perpetual, I don't want to say bitch face because that just doesn't quite kind of feel it, but like, you know, like a permanent scowl on him. Like I said, 2 hand axes into his sort of belt. Apart from that, it's just a small rucksack with possibly odds and bods in. Not far away from what the image. I did flick through a few of them. I went, ooh, that's exactly what I'm after, with the tattoos as well. The only difference is with the tattoos are more like a bluish cyan. They're also on his face as well. So it's the old Picts Celtic history. Pick this tattoos.
So my name is Tappin.
Name's Bash. So, well, the little kiddies out, are we? So what kind of mischief have the kiddies managed to find themselves into?
So one of them made a deal with the Weasel Lord for ultimate power because he was being bullied, and now he's making kids dig holes and mines, and now children are dying.
Do we know about that part?
Bash, you hear a voice in your head. That does sound very bad. Also, I know that Weasel Lord. He's a real dick. I've spoken to his wife on occasion.
Oh my
He
god,
tried
it's the
to
wife's
forget.
best friend.
Well, just just a word to the wise. I know you sort of ethereal, sort of distant voice in my head kind of thing may not know to the sort of day-to-day dynamics of us mortal folk, but generally, if you want an accurate opinion of someone, best not speak to the ex-wife. You're always going to get negativity. And he gets off his stool. All right then, are we off now, or are we going later tomorrow morning?
You feel a small blessing laid upon you as you have taught them something new. +1 to your saves for an hour.
Sweet.
Oh, just so you know, the town we're going to, it's kind of ran by giant bees. Don't kill the bees.
Are we not in the tavern that's in there, run by bees?
No.
Oh, we're in
you
a
guys
different
are, like-
tavern. All right.
Yeah. You don't remember? You went back to your starting town,
And now we're going back.
back to the shack, back to the... Anyway.
You can tell this is a poorly funded episode because we're reusing old scenery.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of, would anyone know what the word of the day is?
The word of the day is potching. Verb, pot-ching. A method of tweaking or adjusting mechanics to provide balanced gameplay, typical in the form of attempting two methods of achieving the same goal.
Skitter gives you a very weird look. Are you trying to inspire someone with that?
Not particularly. Well, maybe the kiddies watching. Isn't that right, kids?
Actually, the word is the bird.
You hear, like, all of you hear these ethereal children's voices going, yeah, right, Druid.
Now remember, kids, always do what your parents say.
Okay, we're followers.
Actually, I'm just going to layer stuff on top. That's what I'm going to be doing. I need a
Hi,
bit for
kids.
that.
Do you
Brain
like
cells
being
for
a
this.
lemming?
I don't
so,
have the brain cells for this right now.
So you guys pack yourselves up and you begin to make your way out of the tavern and down the road. And while you're going down the road, that jingle starts up again. Do
Wait.
do 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 do.
Kids,
do, do,
look,
do, do,
it's
do.
snowing. Can you say snow?
Snow.
Your mic peaked there, bud.
do 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 do.
Quick
do,
question:
do.
did the party just leave me behind?
Yes.
No, I said all of you guys packed up and just vamoose.
Okay,
Fair
because I did say that I'm going back to the management for a meeting.
I will do your management meeting when you get back
What?
because you did management meetings last session.
But the chronological order is important.
Okay. Management meeting.
Okay, we don't have to roleplay it. All I want to do is get them to get Han and Nah to build the extension of the
No.
adult entertainment part of the tavern.
Okay,
And
we
get
do that.
Skitter to paint.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. That's where Skitter is for the session. She's painting. So yeah. Again, you guys are walking through the land just like do. You feel as
This
if you
is
should
a
be
happy
doing something.
marching song through
Ah.
the snow all day long.
Bash.
Way too cold.
Aye.
You gotta sing. I mean, not actually sing, but like play lines off of each other.
All right. Yeah. Happy song.
That's right. It's a happy song. Says Treebeard as he's kind of like marching along beside you guys. Xander, your go. Line.
So, one thing as well. Oh, don't mind me, guys. I'm just practicing. Xander is actually not walking, but like waiting for a couple of minutes for the three to walk in front, and then just jumping into the three shadow and appearing in front of you again and again and again.
Okay. Fair enough.
Just as a general
then,
question,
as you-
how hot is hell really?
I don't know, to be honest.
Apparently,
I'm
it's
thinking
frozen
about the
hell.
worth of going there right now as well.
I
myself.
worked on a boat most of my life, so.
as the tune and the merriness kind of like stumbles to a crawl and kind of and you hear like an overly zealous triangle player like ding 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 ding. You guys suddenly see the land shift and change around you, and you see a montage of things that were supposed to happen during the song, but, well, the song didn't happen, so the montage just happens without you. It's just silent, as if someone's fast-forwarding a video. You see, like, little like, scuffing of, like, video marks in your vision as we cut to Bosch getting a snowball to the face from Xander, Tepin and Druid building a snowman, the four of you kind of like pelting a giant bear with snowballs and then running away from it afterwards, and then you guys are suddenly in front of the town.
Wow, that was such an amazing journey. I can't believe it took so many days.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Could someone remind me what happened? I feel I blacked out for a montage amount of seconds.
We threw snowballs at a bear.
I remember
That's-
that. I got him right in the eye. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It was
a
pretty
good
impressive.
time.
I'm surprised I wasn't more opposed to that as a druid, but I guess as part of the story and merriment, I just had to go along with it.
I mean, we didn't kill the bear.
No,
This
you
is
guys.
true. We did cut past a bit of what happened next. We completely missed the scene where the bear was brutally killed by hundreds of snowballs.
Oh damn. Okay, fair enough.
But that didn't happen, right, kids? We didn't show it, so it didn't happen. This is PG.
That's right.
And like we totally
We're all-
didn't interrupt.
No
the
regrets. No
natural
regrets
habitat,
whatsoever.
Luring it closer to the town, giving cause for hundreds of hunters to hunt it down for pelt. So yeah.
Don't worry about it. But still, as you guys kind of like, take stock of your surroundings, you kind of like actually can see your surroundings again. You do see a bunch of older people, like older elven men specifically, kind of like picking up little rocks in the distance and like setting them on top of a mine cart before kind of like pulling the minecart down and away from a big shaft that kind of like descends into the ground with a figure in full plate mail that appears to be like an older man. The plate mail itself has like black rim designs to it with gold trim on it. He has this wicked looking greatsword that kind of like reeks of this unnatural energy to it. And you can see that these elven men and women are kind of like, exhaustedly just like picking up like and then setting it back down. And this person's just watching over them with these piercing blue eyes that seem to shine beneath his helmet. What would you guys like to do?
That's a big hole.
Guys, you don't think that's the kid, do you? What was his name again?
I believe his name was Gregory.
I'll go see if
Classic
it's
Gregory.
Excuse me, sir. You wouldn't happen to be Gregory, would you?
So you're approaching the big,
Yeah.
scary Black Knight man, and they don't look at you, and their voice doesn't seem to come from within their helmet. It seems to come from everywhere around you, yet nowhere at the same time, as they respond with, Gregory was a name I once went by, long ago.
It was that ago.
I'm sorry. Is that like a transgender chosen name thing?
It was like 3 weeks ago. I'm impressed it happens this quickly.
Damn it, the line.
They turn and they look at you. So, Tepin, as a fellow servant of his weasel lordiness, why are you here?
points at the elves and stuff. I guess.
They're doing just fine for themselves. They are participating in commerce.
I don't think this is what we agreed upon, though.
Is this not what you? This is not what you agreed upon, but this is what I did.
No, this is Patrick.
You hear a shotgun cocking noise in the background, but you don't see it. There's a what?
She's gonna head back to the group and be like, guys, I think we're gonna have to go talk to Obi-Wan again.
No, I have a cunning plan. It's incredibly cunning.
your plan.
Okay.
We just
Um,
have to wait for Greg to fall asleep.
I don't
And then
think
you'll
that's happening.
he'll have to sleep at some point. It's not like he's some kind of toe block who doesn't need to sleep anymore.
So
That would be incredibly contrived.
You guys kind of like look between each other, and you watch as one of these elven workers kind of like collapses onto their knees as their hair gets streaks of gray through it, and they seem to get a couple wrinkles, just like and you see Gregory just kind of like as his eyes shine with this brilliant icy blue light.
Okay, maybe he
Then
doesn't
you
need to
go-
sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find the Weasel Lord, see if we can't fix this.
And Tepin will set off to go find the Weasel Lord.
All right then. You go off to find the Weasel Lord. And what is the other? What's the rest of the party wanting to do with this Gregory man, kind of like sitting up there? His workers kind of like collapsing a little bit beneath him before straightening back up as he kind of just like death stares at them.
I'll let you guys explain.
Alright. It's one of them, is it? So he walks up to him. Is he like still the height of a child, or is he like, grown?
Oh no, full grown.
Full grown now. Alright, so Bash approaches the guy, probably just slightly within the realms of his personal space, looking straight up at him. Alright then, lad, what is it? Lich? Vampire? Warlock? What do I have to deal with today then?
I'm a product of many things.
Product of
I am no
anything.
lich
A lich?
or vampire.
Oh, not a vampire.
But he says, "But I am no lich or vampire."
Yeah, not lich, not vampire. Well, some of the sort of creepy undead suck the souls from those around you. So then, what kind of fucking bane of some bullshit bloody, brimstone and fire realm fuckwit has instructed you to do this then?
The Weasel Lord gave me the means to steal back the childhood that these wretches had stolen from me.
Sorry, technical question. How do you intend to do that?
I believe Xander. Xander, go ahead and roll me an Arcana.
Okay.
Is it life transference? But in reverse.
Well,
12. You get the meaning that you get the feeling that after seeing it in work, he probably means it in a more literal sense. He's stealing the childhood from these people in like the literal years of their childhood.
yeah, but as my question still stands, it's a roleplay bit, I have a goal with this.
Okay. So you said repeat for me again.
I'm sorry, a technical question. How are you doing that exactly?
By consuming their child essence and the
Oh,
years of their life. I am ripping their childhood away
hmm.
from them in the way they
Yeah.
did to me.
Alright,
Alright,
yeah,
but
but
here's a question though. If you're taking their childhood, do you also live their childhood? Are you becoming a child? As far as I can see, you're becoming an adult. So technically, you are not stealing their childhood, you are destroying their childhood, which is vandalism, which is not what apparently the Weasel Lord wanted you to do.
I'm sorry.
As I-
Who is this Weasel
Sorry.
Lord?
It's
Oh,
some
he's a
random
completed
fey lord.
asshole.
Right. I notice you kind of dodged the question a bit. You said that the Weasel Lord would give you the means, but who's giving you the compulsion? Who told you you could?
I did. For I am Gregory.
Ah,
You
right.
see them kind of like twitch a little bit, their eyes flickering, and their size decreasing ever so slightly before they kind of grip their sword and their eyes reassert to this icy blue and they regrow that inch that they lost.
Okay.
Not now.
Uh,
You'll
right.
get your time later.
Huh? Who's type? Oh, right. Fucking duality fucking bullshit going on here. Right. So, in another time, lad, I'll be bending you over my knee and spanking your backside. But as it happens, I got to try and do the good thing in the right way. I'm a little disappointed there's somebody else in there. I'm guessing that brat was in there with you is totally innocent in all of this, huh?
Samuel is the one they hurt. Gabriel protects.
Right. And what does Samuel think about what you're doing then?
Their eyes narrow.
You do not get to know what Samuel thinks.
Au contraire. Sorry, pardon me, Elf. I'm here asking the fucking questions because I'm about to do something. I just need to figure out what it is I need to do. So if you're saying you're doing this on the behalf of Samuel, I think it's quite a pertinent question to ask what Samuel thinks about this. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, if you're doing something for him on that he doesn't really like what you're doing, that kind of tells me he's a bit innocent, and maybe I need to slap you a little bit differently.
Samuel doesn't know what he wants.
Right, I'm going to take that as he's totally innocent then. Right, well, you get to keep your head for now. Turns to the rest of the group. Right, as it turns out, we've got some child trapped inside whatever the fuck that thing is. I guess the right thing to do is to try and get that thing out of him, or him out of that, I don't know, just try and demurge the two, whatever the fuck is happening on there.
And how do you propose we do that?
I have absolutely no idea. But I think this Weasel Lord has a few things to say, has a few answers for us.
You guys notice that Teppan isn't there anymore.
Speaking of, hey Teppan, buddy, you are meandering throughout the town and looking for your Weasel Lord.
While you do this scene, I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. And as you kind of are making your way throughout the town, there you notice that there is a weasel standing up on a little stump, kind of like waving at you, waving.
We will go over.
So, the Weasel Lord, I mean the weasel, not the Weasel Lord, sorry, the weasel reaches into their fur and pulls out a business card, just like a little, hands to you.
I'll look at it.
It says, "Out of town. Don't call."
Damn it.
right when we fucking need him. Goddamn Fey Lords. And
The weasel shrugs.
well, it's like he shouldn't be away from his churches, anyways. And I get he's a god and everything, but still.
They shrug again. They whip out another business card, hand it off to you.
She'll read it.
It's for a Mr. Drew Ego.
Who the fuck is that?
It says Drew Ego, official mouthpiece for the Weasel Lord.
I take it you're Drew?
They nod.
Okay, well maybe you can help me out a little.
They shrug.
Okay, so one of
They hold on. They shrug and they flip out another business card that has maybe with a question mark written on it.
Okay. So a squirrel came and got us because Gregory has gotten mad with power.
They nod.
And apparently we've been sent to deal with him. But I'm not really sure what to do.
They
I
shrug.
figured maybe there's some way to strip the weasel's power from him.
They shrug and they flip out another business card and they say and it reads, I don't know. All I know is that all contracts with the Weasel Lord are binding, and they are not applicable to revoking unless the Weasel Lord specifically revokes the contract or the contract particular bonds are broken.
Do you know what the contract was? So we may try to deal with this peacefully and not have to deal with bloodshed.
They tap their chin, and then they flip out another business card, and this one says, I don't know the details, but I know that the Weasel Lord contracts are kind of poorly written.
Yeah, she
They're a
pulls
bit
out her own.
too.
I'm well aware.
They're full of a lot of broad generalization.
I mean, if I remember right, he had asked for the power to be able to protect himself from his bullies.
They shake their head, and they flip out a contract, and they flip out another note card that says, "No, what? What contract did you hear he took?" They flip out another one. He took the one for unlimited power to get revenge.
Fair enough. So maybe if we make him believe his revenge has been dealt with, his contract will break.
They shake their head. They flip out another contract. The power to get revenge is what he gets in exchange for his services.
Fair enough. All right, we'll figure this out.
They nod, and then they kind of like take their hand and they kind of like caress their chin in a weasel-like fashion, just run a hand through their hair, and then they snap their little weasel hand. They hold up a finger, and they give you a very big grin as they flip out another business card. And they offer it to you.
You'll look at it.
Maybe if there are no children to get revenge on, he won't be evil.
So hide the children.
The weasel kind of goes, gives like a little shaky hand, flips out of the business card,
We're not killing children.
just kind of like sighs and just like, fine. It does like a little fine gesture. Then flips out of the business card. You sure?
If you think about it, the Weasel Lord relies on children because of how naive they are. So by killing off all the children, the Weasel Lord loses his primary targets.
She has you there.
They nod and they hold up a finger like, yeah, you right, fair enough. They then kind of like look conspiratorially left and right, and they kind of like sidle up beside you, and they hold out another business card to you. Have you seen a dumb-looking guy with antlers on his head?
You mean
Calls
Drew?
himself.
Druid?
They raise an eyebrow. Oh.
Why do you ask?
They take their hands and you know how rats like clean their hands, how they like
Yeah.
how they like they, this weasel's like, you know, rubbing his hands together like and they pull out a small scroll and they offer it to you with a little postcard that says, get him to sign this.
Why?
Another card, because it'll be funny.
Maybe.
It won't do anything bad.
I said maybe because, to be honest, you haven't been much help.
They scoff and they put a hand to their chest, and they give a little haughty as they kind of like whip their hair. That's suddenly like shaped like a pompadour, just like a little poof. And they're like, oh, flip out a card. How dare!
I mean, to be honest, for somebody who claims to be the voice of the Weasel Lord, you aren't very crafty.
They slump.
But you're adorable, and she pats his head.
Eee. Nuzzle.
Time to go stop an evil madman.
They give you a thumbs up.
And she will scamper back to the group.
All right. Do you take the scroll? Importantly.
I'll put it in my bag.
Okay.
But do you touch it?
I mean, you obviously they need to touch it to put in their bag, but nothing
No,
happens.
I'm allowed-
it's a joke when the GM asks about everything. I open the door, but do you touch the handle?
Anyway, so yeah, you pitter patter through the snow and through the mush, and you can hear dun 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 dun.
While I'm heading back, though, I will kind of look around for any other children who might be hiding.
Roll perception.
As my sheet loads.
$15. Well, it's easy to spot the kids because they're starting to sing a little bit.
She will quickly run over.
And as you run over, you hear the kids singing, "Don't let him see you, 'cause he will hurt you. Don't let him see you, or he will hurt you." And you slide in beside him, and they like the first kid you approach is an elf kid, and they're like they're a very, very young elf kid. They're like 6. Like literal 6-year-old here, and they just look up at you like, oh no, she's spotted me, and now he can find me.
It's okay. I'm not here to hurt you guys.
You may not be, but he is.
I know. Trust me. We're gonna stop him, but I need you guys to do me a favor. You guys need to keep quiet and hidden, okay?
That was the plan until you came up on us, but now you're ruining everything by not singing along and doing the creep.
She'll just pat them on the head and head back to group.
No! Better hide before he spots us. And oh no, I'm being mentally controlled. I can't see anything out of my body. And I'm and as this kid kind of like just kind of like twitches and shudders before like their eyes roll into the back of their head and they kind of just start just walking towards the mine.
Well, that's not ominous at all, is it?
I know what's going on. Alright,
If you would like, Tepin, roll me an Arcana.
Okay. Come on, cheat.
Oh, by the way, did somebody get the Candy Mountain Charlie again?
I did.
All right, okay.
14.
I did it the first time.
Oh yeah.
You get the feeling that if you wanted to, you can maybe slap this kid out of it and save him.
I will non-lethally bitch slap the child.
All right then. Roll the hit.
Specify non-lethally.
Let's see. Let's see how strong you'll pin. Yeah, that hits a commoner. Come on, roll me strength. What's your strength score, Tepin?
Oh boy. Are you ready for this?
Mod?
Yeah, I'm ready for this. What is it?
Yeah.
It's a -3. You have a -3. You try and slap him out of it. It's like a squeaky toy, just like ee, 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 ee. I will give him a con save though.
Yeah, I think it deals a minimum of damage.
Hey, look at that!
Yeah, save the child.
As they kind of like go ha 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 ha. Oh man, I've been saved by the tiny axolotl, and now I'm running over here. And they sprint away.
You still singing?
It's good they ran away before they had to find a rhyme with axolotl.
That would be quite the lotl to rhyme with axolotl. Anyway.
Actually, I think it would be kind of a big toll.
Anyway, but as you guys kind of like, as the rest of the party kind of like convenes with each other, Tepin, you skitter on up and just kind of like, you guys are like, where is the Weasel Lord? And then Tepin slides into frame. Cut to you, Tepin.
Okay. So it seems like the Weasel Lord's out of town right now. But I have
Quietly gestures towards Gregory, who's kind of looking at us and hearing everything.
Gregory is staring at you, but at the same time, like you hear another as you hear more groans from inside the mine, and you see a couple more elves just like get more white streaks in their hair.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. We either she's whispering this to them, by the way.
Of course.
Okay, so either we convince him that his revenge has been dealt with, or we hide all the children, aka everybody in the mine. Because what it was he asked for unlimited power to get revenge. So if his revenge is done with, then his contract will be broken.
Do we have any specifics on who to insert revenge upon?
Everybody. From what I understand, he was bullied quite heavily.
Okay, but like, do we have a group of people who are bullying them, or?
I don't know. The Weasel Lord's contracts are very random. Oh, hey, Drew. Do you know somebody by the name of Drew Ego?
Are you back in the party?
Well,
was this happening on there? I
well-
thought I thought you wandered off.
I
Yes.
just got back to the group.
Ah.
Are you not
Yes.
paying attention?
So I missed that bit. No, I was potching with the channel points, readjusting a couple of things to make it, more affordable.
Yeah.
yes.
Direction.
Yeah, I
well-
thought this was.
Me,
but-
Ego, and Super Ego all attended Druid College together.
Well, apparently he's now the voice for the Weasel Lord when the Weasel Lord's out of town.
Yeah, it's good you found a job at last.
He told me to have you sign something, but I don't trust him.
Yeah, that's probably a highly spurious legal document. Let's go over it in triplicate first with a good lawyer.
Good thing Ego washed out of Druid College and went to lawyer college instead.
Hey, Gregory.
That's you.
Gregory
shut.
does not respond.
Oh, right.
Listen. I'm sorry. I understand what you're going through. I was bullied as well, and yeah, it is very rough.
I have a question for you, Xander.
Yep.
Were you actually bullied?
The character.
No.
All right, then. I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
You mean deception check?
No, this is for something else. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
No. Oh, never mind.
That's a natural 20. Are you actually fucking kidding me? Okay. You
The only
feel
time
as
when a
you
nat 20 is a 17.
So you
Yep.
feel as you lie to this man about your childhood, as you say, "Oh, I was bullied a lot." You feel as if something tries to tug at your very soul, at your very life essence, as he tries to rebuke you for that lie and rip away some of your age, some of your years of life. But nothing happens.
Tepin
Is it like-
will
Yeah.
we'll look at him and be like, to be honest, this isn't the best way to get revenge.
I don't understand why you
Like,
just
I'm
didn't
like
slap
my-
the shit out of him and have that done with it. I mean, you certainly can't have a beer with somebody you've just settled the score with if you're gonna age them to death.
The Gregory kind of twitches and his hands clench tighter on that sword of his. And you watch his eyes flicker green for just a fraction of a second before
Let me-
he before he responds. I'll get to you in a second, Tevin. Before he responds with,
If I had struck them, they would have died and not suffered enough.
Oh, that means you're slapping them too hard then, champ. I mean,
Tevin,
if you...
Tevin, you have anything to say?
What? Like, I was literally right in the middle
sorry,
of responding to it.
Sorry, Bash. Go ahead.
I was saying, well, clearly you're slapping them a bit too hard. I mean, well, I get it. You know, you were weak and then all of a sudden you had an awful lot of power. Generally speaking, in most interactions, when one stands up to their bullies, well, they weren't that much more mightier than to do such damage in the first place. Otherwise, the bullying would have happened in the first place. So I suppose, hold back a wee bit, assert dominance. They're not going to be creeping on you anymore if you're that much fucking stronger that you can actually splatter their brains across the grass. I mean, what exactly is the end goal here? I understand, man. I had to deal with revenge a lot myself. Still shit that I'm fucking dealing with. Still a few people I fucking love to... But that's my business. So what exactly is the end goal here? I just keep swallowing down the old whirlpool of revenge, getting more and more bitter. Or do you actually have a design in mind?
Did you have anything to add, Tevin?
Well, she was going to say that, unlike my friend Xander here, I actually was bullied. I wasn't always like this. I mean, I used to be a cabin girl on a pirate ship. But, to be honest, revenge isn't always the best way to fix what's been done to us. I know people have hurt you, And I know hurting them back feels good to you. But in the end, it isn't helping you. So please, let's put this to an end.
All right, talk no jutsu activate.
Do you
Bash.
want me to do a persuasion check?
Between Bash and Tepin, both of you decide who has the highest persuasion, and one of you rolls with
I
advantage.
have a 10.
Plus 10.
Yeah.
Fucking go for it.
All right then. Roll persuasion, Tepin.
27.
All right then. You watch as those eyes flicker green for a second, and the hand clenches even harder onto that sword of theirs, and you see them like lift a hand up and put it to their head, and kind of like as if they have a migraine, and you hear them say,
No, Samuel, you don't know what's best for us.
Well, clearly you don't either, champ. I've been down this road myself, man. Leads nowhere. The feel of revenge doesn't last. Also, after these fuckers have died, guess what? You'll still be bitter.
Sometimes
Then what?
we better than others.
Do you take your revenge out on a memory?
Yeah.
He's clinging. I got a question. He's clinging to that sword an awful lot. Does that seem to be some sort of focus? Is the clenching of the sword like immediately followed by his sudden clarity of the entity?
Sword was out of character. The sword was given to him by the Weasel Lord.
well, he doesn't know that.
That's what I said, out of character.
I will say, to finish my description real quick, as he kind of just like he's not talking to you guys so much as he's just talking to himself. He's just like,
No, Samuel, you don't know what's best for us. You were always so weak. And you hurt us more than they ever did. So you don't get to be here anymore. It is just Gregory now.
and with that, the hand kind of like reaches down and clenches back onto that sword, and the flickering green eyes kind of like return to their icy blue as the figure kind of like adjusts itself, creaks its neck a bit, and then it lifts that sword up off the ground. And
I was gonna try one more thing.
Yep. What's your one more thing?
Okay, so while his grip was loosened on the sword with the migraine, can I try and sleight of hand the sword away from him?
I will say that you are not close enough to attempt that without him having time to react, sadly. Because like
even with a 13 sleight of hand.
like I said, you're not close enough.
Fair
You're currently a good distance away from him.
Fair
is
enough,
the way
yeah.
I was thinking about, because you guys all backed up away from him. But as he kind of just like lifts his weapon up and holds it in two hands before leveling it towards you guys, he says,
You're giving Samuel ideas. And so for that you must die.
Ah, have it! Yeah, straight in. Straight fucking in.
all right, initiative.
Actually, as I was trying to say, I was going to do something as well while I was monologuing.
Sure. What do you want to do?
Disappear. Act
Disappear?
like
All
I'm
right,
walking. Act like I'm walking away, and when I'm out of line of sight, shadow warp back behind him.
All right then.
Oh, that's slow.
As I find a token that actually works for him.
Oh, and also, I don't know if that counts, if I can do, because it's a spell casting, but please.
You're using greater invisibility. and then
Wow.
you're
How did I end up rolling the same initiative twice?
I mean, hey, less work for
It's
you.
1 in 20. It's 1 in 20. 5% chance.
Fuck.
Okay.
There's actually you're doing that. You know, there are token like Macross But it's literally impossible to not highlight your token to roll initiative, right? Highlight token, click in the top left.
All right. So this guy is going to spend a charge from his weapon to go first in initiative.
Like always.
Yes.
Cool.
He's gonna act first. And Xander, you're teleported behind him. You're invisible.
I'm like literally right in his face. This is
and
how
you're
I
also
this,
right in his
this is
face.
how I interact with people. I'm right in front of his face. He's gonna have to take a step back to swing that sword.
All right then. So as you kind of like run up to him, Bash, and he kind of takes his weapon.
No.
and
You don't
just,
understand. While I'm interacting with him, I'm getting right in front of him. Like I said, just about encroaching on his personal space. The intention is to make them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Okay. He does take a step backwards in order to actually get a good distance on his weapon, and he looks between you and behind him as he snarls.
You think that you can overtake me? I'm stronger than anyone else here.
And with that, he kind of takes his weapon and spins it and does like a whirlwind attack that kind of hits everything within 5 feet of him.
Nah, he's Garen.
Dex saving throw.
This is going to be a attack roll for each person within 5 feet of him.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be one attack on you, which is going to be a 25 to hit.
On me, yeah, 25 is gonna hit.
Yes. All right then. Roll me a Constitution saving throw as you take let's see, 15 points of damage.
It's 14.
That was to GM. 14.
Oh, I got stuff coming to GM. Oh, I'll fix that now.
A 14 in total. A 14 in total is not enough, as you take an additional 14 points of necrotic damage, and you are aged up by 7 years.
Nothing for a dwarf.
Exactly.
14 plus just straight 14, is it?
Yep, straight 14 necrotic damage, and your age is increased by 7. His weapon is going to make an attack on Xander with a 28 to hit.
Oh, hell no. My whole strategy and spell list is about keeping me safe. I'm not gonna be 5 feet behind him.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but you said right behind him.
No, I said behind him, not right behind.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right then.
Yeah,
all right, then.
initially I would
Okay.
still be done at disadvantage.
Yeah, but
that is presuming he doesn't have blind fighting.
Yeah, don't retroactively add stuff into the sheet just because characters are strong. Otherwise, you're just never going to get the CR balance correctly.
It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, that doesn't hit anything anyway. He only hits Bash with his spin. Bash, it is your turn.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, you're about to learn something from me, lad. You already learn what rage really is. And he's going to get basically a 4-hit combo. It's going to have a backhand axe followed by a forehand axe. He's going to follow through with a wheel kick and a flying roundhouse.
Go for it.
So we get the hand axe. That is a 17 to hit.
17 will miss.
17 to hit. Followed by a 13, fuck you, to all to hell. 14 and nat 1. Well, thank you very much, roll 20. He parries the lot of it. Excellent. And that's my turn.
Oh, never mind.
No, I don't have inspiration. People haven't been spamming that.
No, I was searching for the concentration icon, but I found it. Yeah.
But yeah, it isn't so much that he parries your axe strikes, but your unarmed strikes he just like kind of like deflect off of his armor.
Yeah.
Xander, your go.
Yeah, plus 11 to hit. I just want to point that out to people. Plus 11 to hit.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
It happens. It happens. You gotta get over it.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna shadow warp right behind him.
All right.
As that a bonus action for me, I think. Yeah, it works exactly like Misty Step you said, so yeah. And that means I can poke him with my pokey thing,
Okay. Pokey
Uh,
thing.
which is there it
Also,
is.
taffy more combat related music, please.
Yep.
That's a 28 because I'm
28 will
invisible.
hit.
Yeah, and that
7 damage. All right then. You slide in and you stick him for 7 damage. And with that, he kind of roars and he's like, "You think you can hide from me?" And he's
And-
going to make an attack on you as a reaction
as a reaction to getting attacked.
to getting attacked. Yes. 19 to hit.
Shields.
All right. Shield spell goes off and he pings off of nothing.
No, it's just there is a blob of nothing, and suddenly just a wave of shadows block its blade. And then he's getting some more fire.
I love the fact that people put like, oh, you look, RPG battle theme music is 3 minutes long. 3 minutes long. Like, what RPG battle lasts 3 minutes? You absolute spanner.
So
Good
as
lord.
the attacks blocked, suddenly like rays of energy comes out as I'm Eldritch Blasting.
I'll do.
All right. You're within melee range of him, so these will have disadvantage canceled out by your advantage given, so
Yep.
it's a straight roll. 14 will miss.
Show me. Who's fucking with my resources?
And
Which one of you fuckers are...
aha,
CPU 100%. Which one is killing it?
Uh,
How is it? I've got
for-
a fucking i7. How is my CPU at 100%? OBS
Oh.
Studios, 17 fucking 17 actions. What the fuck are you talking about? Chrome.
that's
Oh. Okay.
question.
Don't use Chrome ever. Fucking
yeah,
hell.
Chrome does that. Yeah.
Victor.
Oh.
Do
Yeah?
you get a third attack or is it just like the 2?
Third attack would be from level 11.
Okay, all right then. That's a lame. That's lame. Just they
Yeah.
kind of like ping off of his armor both times.
TTRP, I get it. I have +9.
Oh,
Yeah, I
then,
made
so that is your
making
go.
4 fucking attacks with that kind of levy. Like, Jesus Christ.
With that,
This is why I
This
hate the
figure-
D20 system.
with that, as this guy kind of like uses a reaction, he is going to kind of irritatedly growl, and he's going to spend a charge from his weapon and make a attack on someone within 5 feet of him that he can see, which he cannot see Xander. So bash. Natural 1, miss. Tepin.
So I get like 6 seconds to say something, right?
Yes.
Okay. To be honest, how does this make you any better than your bullies? She's gonna say as she's gonna cast Magic Missile at her highest level of level 3.
So 5 darts.
Yep.
All right then. Roll them bones. Roll me 5d4s and then add 5.
I was just gonna do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Jesus Christ! 24 damage, almost
See, the
max.
power of the weasel would show you his true strength.
Oh!
Mere copy.
All right then. as you waylay into him, just like ping, 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 ping. And he kind of like stumbles backwards a bit more. He snarls again, and Bash, another attack.
No.
Hey, Drew, your turn.
Yeah, we're just flailing back and forth. It's just it's quite evenly matched. Ting 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 ting
Just,
ting. Nothing's gotten through yet. All right, I don't feel so
Everybody
bad about
sucks
all
here.
those misses now.
I'm just going. It's a shame that the company couldn't afford to bring back the full original cast, but I'm glad you're here, Bash. As I cast haste on him.
Oh. Oh no. Okay. All right. That is haste up. And
And
for
then-
his final trick. Oh, sorry. Continue with your turn. Sorry.
And then yeah, any movement just move back, create space.
All right then. All right then. With that,
Just sorry to be like that, but choose a willing creature.
she's choosing Bash.
Oh, Bash. Sorry. Never mind. No.
With that, this figure is going to burn another charge from his weapon. And maybe third time's the charm. Yay, Bash, you take a hit. Let's see. 16 slashing damage. Roll me a con save.
10.
Another 14 necrotic and another 7 years to your life. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Comes to his turn. Let's see. He's been stabbed by an invisible person. So he knows there's an invisible person behind him. Or at least he believes there still is one. His sword
What's
clashed
that?
into something.
What's that? What's that thing now? That the abbreviation for things that are music, classes music on YouTube.
You can look up OST soundtracks for games, and that would work as well.
OST, right? Okay, that's all I need to know.
Yeah. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's see. His spin to win attack was strong, but now he's going to make his normal suite of attacks, of which there are 3. Xander. Does a 16 hit? No, it doesn't, because of shield. Oh boy, does a 28 hit?
Yeah, that would seem to hit, yeah.
Alright then, rolling this. Give me a con save versus the spell effect, versus the sword effect first. And then we'll do concentration.
Mm-mm.
Okay, con save.
That fails, so 7 years added to your life. You age up by 7. And you take a
I'm in my 30s.
17.
I feel like I need to buy a hammer.
31 damage. Make me a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on your spell. DC is 15.
Yep.
Of which you make. You're still great. You're still greater invisible. So he swings, misses, swings, hits something, and goes. Sorry.
Sorry, 1 second. I just need to vent for 1 minute, right? But YouTube, a company that is so fucking fixated on copyright laws, you think it'd be an easier way of fucking searching copyright-free music. For fuck's sake. I'm not even pulling a living from this platform, and I want to kick the shit out of every fucking exec in that office. I can't imagine people who have had thousands of dollars taken away from them, and there are plenty.
Mm-hmm. Ease rough. Also, what was that damage? It was slashing damage and necrotic damage.
No, the number.
14.
I mean,
Oh, the number in total? Give me just a second to recalculate. 17, 27, 31 damage in total.
from a single hit.
Yeah,
31.
you guys are level 10 adventurers. You can take it. Probably. But that was 2 attacks on you, 1 attack on Bash.
Sure. I'm not on half HP.
Bash, you have been crit.
Right.
18 slashing, con save.
Oh, right. I haven't taken the last bit off. Or was it 14, the last one, was it?
Yeah, it was 14 the last one.
Okay. And this one is what?
It is 18 slashing, roll me a con save.
$21.
That saves. Okay, good. Good. So it is only 18 necrotic damage and not the full, what, 28, 36,
Oh,
30,
18 on
39?
top of that. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
FYI,
And-
I'm currently the party tank. I'm on less than half health, so just be aware. I'm just letting you know.
Oh,
aware.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm aware. There's thing. So yeah, that was that. Bash, it is your turn.
Same again.
All right then. Still attacking him.
Yeah. 17.
Miss.
I hate you. 30.
Hey, that
Thank
hits.
you. There it is. Okay. So these are done with a +1. 28. That's a 29. So the next one is now a +2. So that's a 23.
All right then. You hit 3 times.
Okay. We go on that one there, and then you're only counting the first necrotic damage. So that's going to be 10 plus
17,
11 plus 9 is
27.
36 points of
Yeah, 36.
damage. As you follow through with a little combo, front kick, sort of feint in the backhand, coming through with this one while slashing upwards with the axe. He goes in with a teep and then a flying knee.
Right then. As you kind of like waylay into him and just kind of like just pound into his chest, you actually manage to crack the plate mail of his armor, and blood is kind of like flowing down his body as he kind of just like sorry.
Then I see you're a bit.
Enough chatting and fucking get on with it, son.
Fine then.
Drew, how far away are you specifically?
Probably about 60 feet right now.
60 feet? Okay, then.
That is true.
Oh,
Tappy
wait.
had
No,
you.
there's more. I'm hasted.
Mhm.
That'll be like a 32 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So he gets an extra 8 on top of that.
All right. So Drew, let's
Yep.
get you involved. He is going to burn 2 charges to do this. Let's see. That's gonna 29 to hit.
29 might just hit, yeah.
31 damage.
31.
Yep, as this spectral hand kind of like comes out of the ether beside you and kind of like grips onto your chest. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Can I just confirm what this is for?
This
Is
is
it-
for the, this
Is it for an
secondary.
ability or is it concentration on the
This is for a secondary effect, and
Cool,
then you will
secondary
need to roll
effect.
concentration. All right,
secondary
then.
effect 9?
That's a failure. You are aged up by 15 years, and you guys watch
Nothing
as
for
some of
Druid.
those wounds, and you guys watch as some of those wounds on his body just start to patch themselves up as his armor just kind of like just like cracks back out.
Okay, that's straight up to 40. Nice. Concentration on the haste. I have Warcaster, so this is advantage. 19.
That succeeds. And Xander, it is your go.
Yeah, so... Taffy, when you said I can stab with this dagger when I teleport,
Yep.
does the stab have to be after teleportation, or can it be at the initiation of it as well?
I'll second B at the initiation. Sure, go for it.
Well, he was asking Taffy.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Taffy, if you want to answer that as well.
Well, it's the kind of the idea of the dagger was so you teleport into someone's back, but it's so I suppose it does work the other way around. I mean, if GM's alright with it, let's go with it.
Versatility and swapping positions instead of staying in there.
Yeah.
But I have to make the music quieter because it's shouting. So, as a bonus action, I'm gonna stab this guy and then bamf away.
Alright then.
Stab, 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 stab. Stab.
It is a 19. Oh no, sorry, 26.
That's
Yeah, no, 26
yeah.
hits.
8 piercing.
Alright then.
And I'm back at the wood lines. And then
Eldritch Blast, you gotta have something like that, surely.
I
Heaps
do.
of numbers.
I tried to use it last turn, but I've rolled hideously.
Oh, right.
but-
Yes, that's also.
This time, just realized that what I wanted to do was bonus action as well, so I can't. So
Eldritch Blast, by the looks of this encounter, you gotta keep the DPS on.
yep, I'm blasting. $25 and $24.
Both those will hit.
Blast and blast.
Alright then. That is 16 damage in total.
Yeah, by the way, just as, I don't know if this guy's as resistant or non-magical. All my attacks are magical.
I mean, it's I assume everyone's attacks are magical at this point in time. I'm not bothering. So that is what Xander has done. Tepin, what are you doing?
Okay. Realizing that the sword is actually his main focus, my attacks are now going to be focused at the sword to try and break it.
I will say you probably can't break this as it's an artifact, but what you can do is disarm him.
Yeah, she's going to try and disarm him.
Easily done. Go ahead and make an attack roll. So here's how a disarm action works. You can make every time you make an attack, what a disarm does is you roll an attack versus their attack, and you have advantage if you're two-handing your weapon, and they also have advantage if they're two-handing their weapon.
Use a spell to do it?
It would be a spell attack then.
I'm gonna do a 3rd level Eldritch Blast.
There is no 3rd level Eldritch Blast, but you get 2 attacks with it.
1, 2.
Alright, he has to be a 14 or 22. That'll beat an 8. That's an 18 to beat a 14, and a 25 to beat a 22.
Aw.
As you kind of like shoot his sword twice, it kind of just like pings a little bit. He manages to hold on to it, but you can tell that he's a bit shaken by that, just like oh. And he looks over to you, Tepin.
And then,
This is his reaction.
hold on. Okay, that's that. Oh yeah, no, that's it.
So
I
Tepin,
thought I had extra attack, but I don't.
sadly no, and extra attack wouldn't really work with casting a spell. But how far away is Tepin specifically?
Probably about 10, 15 feet.
15 feet? Okay, then. That is well within the range of this ability. He is going to burn his reaction to throw out an attack on you. Does a 21 hit?
Typically it would. But...
No. No. Wait, this is a reaction to you making an attack on him.
right,
He's
right.
doing this. So
21.
21 to hit.
Right, I don't have uncanny dodge.
I thought you had shield for some reason. I was getting real
What?
concerned.
Hold on, let me check my spells. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be sneaky and Misty step out of the way.
Can't technically Misty step out of the way, as this is a reaction to you casting.
Oh, fair
Eldritch
enough.
Blast.
Right. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, that hits.
But you know what? I will roll me a spell ability check.
Okay, so that's
Charisma.
yeah.
All right then. As he kind of like looks at you and he kind of like flicks his sword, you see this wave of necrotic energy kind of like slice through the air, and you kind of just and you disappear in a puff of mist. Out of the way of this dark blade is kind of just like slices through the air, stopping about 30 feet away.
Sneaky like a weasel.
Yep. And Druid, what is your turn? What are you gonna do?
I didn't like that. That was particularly painful. So I'll move in 30 feet, and I'm going to cast Blight at 5th level.
Oof.
No. All right, so Blight.
Guys,
The
Han.
upcast is the extra 1 damage.
we're not trying to kill him.
Yeah, but
Speak
if
for
I'm not
yourself.
Speak for yourself.
He's an innocent child being controlled by malevolent energy.
It's not a child anymore.
All right then.
the text is
If we get rid of
incorrect.
the
It should be
energy, he
DC
will be-
18.
Maybe.
Bash,
So-
Bash has just got one thing on his mind. He's just, he's
So-
a hunting
Guys,
dog that
trust
can
me
smell
on
blood.
this.
So
Trust me
with
on this.
so your spell sticks and he fails.
Like that's
He's-
44 damage.
He's going to. You see this pulse from his weapon as he succeeds instead. One
Fun.
time he has for it.
Take that 22 damage.
Yeah, it's still a lot of damage. As this blight kind of like runs through him, he kind of like spits up blood from within his armor. And then it goes to his turn. He lifts his sword into the air. He looks to the 3 people before him. Teppan, how far away are you?
I mean, you said 30 feet, but I probably would have kited to the side. 'cause of
Okay,
how I
then.
jumped.
Okay, then. So you're roughly, I want to say 45 feet
15.
away? Oh,
I wouldn't have gone the full 30.
you wouldn't have gone the full 30? Okay.
She still can't fully control her abilities yet, so.
Okay then. So you're still within 30 feet of him. 30 feet of
Yeah.
him. Drew is within 30 feet of him. Xander, how far back are you?
30. That's my max range on
30?
the jump.
All right
Yeah.
then. You see him kind of like pull his weapon up, burning his 3 refresh charges and his action to do this.
Suffer within the maelstrom of my anger.
As he stabs this blade into the ground, and I need everyone to roll me a Constitution saving throw. That's a fail.
That's
That's a
definitely
fail.
him.
That's a fail.
Come
You
on.
have +7 in con saves, and I'm still
That's a
suffering.
fail. Oh my god. Okay. He rolls shit for damage. So 28 damage to everyone within the area,
Mhm.
and each of you gains 14 years of age.
Like, we age by 14?
Yes, you age by 14.
Oh, no.
I'm an old man.
Actually,
I've always
if I
hated
was-
the aging mechanic because it's like, oh, I've got a race that has a life expectancy of 20 years. Oh, I've got a race that's got a life expectancy of 800 years. Just doesn't.
Con save on concentration.
Yeah. And haste.
No,
haste.
no, I have Warcast. Its advantage. It's the 19.
Oh, advantage? Okay, never mind. Good. Okay, good. 19. Awesome. Sweet.
I should have a icon for
So
that.
here's the thing. I didn't want to bring it up afterwards because it's very nitpicky, but it actually would make a huge difference now. So if I was 5 feet away from him initially, then I would be technically 35 feet away, not 30 feet away.
Actually, yeah,
You
that
were
is
within
correct.
melee range of him to make
Yeah, that
your
is
attack.
5 feet away.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
5
if
foot
I
away.
jump 30 feet
If
away,
he jumped
that's
from
35.
his position, he is right. If he was like sat on his shoulders and then teleported 30 foot, he'd be 30 foot away. But if he was
I thought
the squid,
I thought the dagger, like a dagger has a range of 5 feet. Like,
Yeah.
does his dagger not have a range
yeah,
of 5
okay.
feet?
Okay. So if he stood next to him, he's 5 foot away, Shad. If he steps 5
Yeah.
foot away, he's now 10 foot away. So if he's teleported 30 foot away, he's 35 foot away.
Ah, okay.
Quick
So you
math.
stabbed him, you stepped back, and then you teleported. Got it. Okay,
No, he
well
doesn't
then,
need,
Xander,
no, he's
you
not
don't
step back. He's like within 5 foot of him.
Yeah.
If you're next to someone, you're 5 feet from them. If you're 0 feet away from them, you're on top of them. Your tokens are overlapping. You're on the same square.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right then.
The only
So,
reason I brought up this after I said 30 is because at 28 would exactly zero me. So, yeah.
It's a good job you
all
checked
right
that,
then.
yeah.
All right then. Well, okay, Xander, you don't get aged. Sad.
More positively, you don't die. You know, that's a big bonus as well.
And as he kind of like draws his blade back up from the ground, this dark energy kind of like subsuming around him as he lifts this weapon up, and it kind of like coalesces along the blade. That is his turn. Batch, it is yours.
Well, let's go all in on this fucker. Well, actually, no. I've got another little trick up my sleeve. So we're going to go... Oh, actually, because I've did a thing on there, it should be 8, not 9, but let's take it to 7, because I'm going to use another pointer key now. As I'm going to attack 3 times with my extra attack and the haste action. So 1, 28,
Hit.
and a 24,
That hit.
and a 23.
Hit.
And for the bonus action, patient defense.
Dodge action. Awesome.
Dwarven fortitude, I get 18 back.
Oh, very nice. Roll your damage.
He's going to take 12 plus 8
20.
plus 2.
32.
Actual fact, I'm going to make one of them a punch because I want to get some necrotic damage into this as well. So I'll roll the damage for that now. So there. So ignore the last one.
All right.
So,
So
yeah.
20.
Yeah, I would have done it. I would have done it on the last one. I'll be fair. So 22, 24. So I only actually gained 2 points of damage for that. So that was worth it.
All right then. I
Yeah.
mean, hey, every bit counts.
Yeah, it does.
Every little bit counts. Okay then. That is that. Xander, what are you doing?
So
You just saw this large ball of shadows of necrotic energy just erupt from him and just singe the tips of your toes and your nose before shrinking back in.
Who's this guy?
That's the token I'm using for him.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I was
So,
going to say, I got
this-
him here.
as this orb of shadowy things just obstructs every vision, at the same time you hear a howl from the woods. Ooh! As a
Oh,
wolf
no.
with a shadow like jumps out and runs towards
can.
us. As I'm summoning Nox with my sorcery points,
Okay.
and alright, I had enough, and I cast Psychic Lance,
All right then.
and I
Psychic
specifically target Gregory and not Samuel, if that's possible.
Psychic Lance, the way it works like lightning bolt. So
What? No,
No,
Doesn't
it
it?
doesn't. No.
No.
here
Oh.
reads.
Yeah, thank you for pinging that for me. And names are within range. Okay. Okay then. Okay then. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So.
And Nox is causing disadvantage on the save.
All right. Well, I mean, he fails.
Good. Good. That's
29
incapacitation.
damage.
And incapacitated. Don't forget about that.
Oh, he's incapacitated?
Yes, psychic lance is a spell.
All right then. Cool. All right then. Tepin,
Yeah,
your
as
turn.
shadows fog its mind and it's not
So
able to
with him
think
being
for actions.
incapacitated, can
Ooh, 4th level spells,
I remove
baby.
the sword from his hands?
Incapacitated means that the creature cannot take actions or reactions.
It also means that they automatically fail. No. Hold on, that's different. That's
The
different.
condition, I just read up the single sentence what the condition means. They
Okay,
cannot
then
take
yeah.
actions or reactions.
They can't take actions or reactions, but he can still hold on to his sword. You will need to make a disarm check in order to do that.
Okay. So I'll just use one of my weapons to do it, I guess.
All right then.
Because I doubt I can out muscle him.
I will say, if you use your Eldritch Blast, you will get 2 chances versus the 1 chance of your normal attack.
Okay. So I launch 4 or just 2?
You launch 2 attacks.
What?
Ooh!
It's 21,
And a double nat 1.
of which he does beat. And the double nat 1, well, he could double nat 1 as well. He does not. He's still clutching onto that weapon, like, tight as can be. However, he can't seem to...
Doesn't he have disadvantage because he's a wolf?
On saving throws, this is not a saving throw, sadly.
And it's only against my spells, unfortunately.
Alright. Okay.
So Drew, your turn. What are you doing?
Died.
He's still up. Blight again, this time 4th level.
4th level.
Yeah.
All right then. Oh dear God. Okay.
DC 18 again.
Yeah, no, he
I
fails.
don't know why it's saying 17.
Okay. Give me just a second. I'm calculating.
Yeah.
All right then. As your blight kind of like rips through his body, he just stumbles. His blade, not exact. His blade still gripped tightly in his hand, and you see his eyes flickering, and he's still roaring.
You think you can stop this?
You can't, but Samuel can.
Bash, what are you doing?
Certainly try.
Bash is gonna bash. Hand axe. 17. Hand axe. Not 20.
That hits. So
That's gonna be
here's my
28.
question.
What's that?
Here's my question. Are you doing lethal or non-lethal damage?
Alright, how fucked up is he looking?
That crit's gonna knock him.
Alright, okay, on the tilt of that. Let's see. Do I get any sort of nudges in the side of my mind? Because he's got bloodlust at the moment. Let's see. Saving throw. Let's just try a wisdom saving throw. Let's see if he can get a grip of himself. 7. Well, unless I'm getting an NPC nudge at the moment, it's a case of like, you alright, you want to fight? Let's fucking fight then.
You
Pretty
will
sure Kevin would have
roll.
been trying to.
I will roll a D100 for a particular entity.
I'm just thinking right now, Bash is just... Yeah, Bash is just a case of like, I'm trying to have a, like we could have sorted this out, but you wanted to go toe to toe. You want to fight. You want to talk about anger. You want to talk about revenge. You want to talk about how bitter you are. I'll fucking show you bitter. I will show you a wrath you will regret invoking. That's what's going through Bash's mind right now.
Understood. So, lethal
It's-
damage?
Has there been any indication, anything that I could call even advantage on that wisdom save?
I will say you do hear the sound of scribbling on paper. There are notes being taken right now.
Nah, he noticed the sword. All right, this is going to go to sever the hands.
Okay. I will say there is currently one hand gripped on his weapon.
All right, well, it's on that hand. It's severing the hand.
All right, then.
And then,
All right, then.
just got to kick the blade to one side. And
All right, then. So...
in a sort of like just to, because he's just venting, he's going to grip the wrist, the stump, as he's just going to single leg take down, put his knee on his belly, and just put his hand just clenched tight. He's got a helmet on underneath the visor and just clench it on the throat. Is this what you want? Is this what you want?
With that, go ahead and change music to something mournful, we'll say. You grab his sword arm and you just kind of like shink, and just off it goes. It just detaches from his hand, and you then quickly grab the stump of his hand, grab him, just like pin to the ground, like put your hand on his throat, and you yell at him. And
you see what I'm saying about the stump, right? It's also cutting off the blood from flowing.
Yeah. Roll me a strength check, an athletics check.
Cause monk, can I use dex?
Yeah, sure.
Or medicine?
We'll say pressure
medicine?
points.
Do I have medicine? Yeah. Well, we'll do dex. Come on. Come on, sheet. Do I have medicine? I don't have medicine. I'll just do a straight dex check then. 15.
Come on, little sheet. 15? Yeah, sure. You're able to clench that wound and kind of like with your knowledge of like veins and pressure points, just kind of like keeping it closed. And you kind of like pin him to the ground, and you're just like holding him there. And as you're kind of like strangling him a little bit,
I do have things and stuff to respond to help sort of stabilize him. So I just want to. I'm slipping into Scottish when I'm talking out of character. I'm going to say that your turn has been used to cut off his hand and sever him from the sword, and to restrain him. It'll be someone else to actually stabilize him. You're helping. So whoever tries to stabilize him, I'm just saying that before you got. I just anticipate you going into a monologue where he was like going to slowly fade away. Because what Bash is doing, and this is what the other reason why I'm saying this as well, is sort of a bit of feedback on how Bash is going to do next. Is I'm looking into those eyes and I want to see that rage break. I want to see him like in his soul just yield.
And I will get to that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get what everyone else is doing first before I continue.
I'm pretty sure Tepin would come over and try and help stop the bleeding fully.
First,
when it's your turn.
All right, Xander, what are you doing? The guy has been restrained. His sword is off to the side. What are you wanting to do?
I drop concentration on my invisibility, and Nox comes over, and I just pat him in the head, and job's well done.
All right.
It's not the rest of the party's problem. I don't save, I kill.
All right then. Tepin, moving up and trying to save that severed hand.
Oh, I mean, more like she's just gonna help stop the bleeding.
All right then. So, make me a medicine check. You have advantage.
Good, I'm gonna need it.
Hey.
15. 15 will stabilize. So yes, you do manage to kind of like quickly grab a couple bandages and kind of like wrap them around the severed hand, and just kind of like pack them on top and just kind of like stop the bleeding a little bit.
The upper arm.
Yep.
Tourniquet.
Right. Drew, what are you doing?
I will. If it's clearly stable, I'll move up 30 feet, so I'm getting closer. And then I am going to begin casting a spell that will take 1 minute to cast and say, 1 moment, everyone!
What are you casting?
I begin casting the spell Dream.
He's not asleep.
He's unconscious, that's asleep.
He's not. I'll
No,
say he's not
not.
unconscious.
No,
he's
it's
not
so
unconscious.
he's down, he's stabilized, isn't conscious. He will wake up in 1 hour. That is what happens if he's at 0 hit points.
You got a point.
Okay. Give me a minute on this one, all right? So you're holding him there. You kind of just like yelling at him, and his hands being fixed up, and also initiative is over. You kind of like see that blue icy color in his eyes just snap to 0 or snap to green, and you and you hear a and he just slumps.
Now that's a scream of a child.
And around this point in time, you notice that your hand isn't gripping around like the thick, meaty neck of an adult, but instead just like a small, frail neck of a child. And the armor is kind of like falling loose around him.
Tep would probably
Can
work on getting
anyone
armor off.
reattach a hand?
It'll be a life lesson for him.
I will say, if you want to reattach his hand, you could use some curative magic on that and just kind of like just stick it back.
Oh, right, you're gonna let me do that. Which case then? Check me the hand.
She goes and grabs it.
Like that. It's a lot smaller than when it was gripping that sword earlier, and just sort of like places
I
it on.
told you he would turn back.
You should tug it out, just going from like that, and then we're gonna get a bit of Jesus monk on action on the go there. So 9 points of healing.
You roll me a medicine check as well to see just like how well you reattach his hand.
Does that look
Put
right?
it on upside down so
Does
everyone
that
can resurrect
does that look right to you?
She turns it just a little bit. There
The
we go,
wrist
go
bone's connected to the arm bone.
All right. So Bash, roll me that medicine check with advantage. Sure.
21. Oh shit.
21. All right then. That hand is reattached and it is fully functional. Easily done. You kind of just like put his hand back in place, and you kind of like seal the wound back shut. You can hear the bone just kind of like snapping back together, as as a certain someone aids you in that, and you kind of feel a little pat on your back, just a little pat, followed by a good job.
Yeah, you see, like the
Unorthodox, but
moment,
good.
yeah, the moment that fucking monster became a child, you see Bash just suddenly go from this, I'm the bigger dog here, shrink into this sort of meek, like, what have I fucking done?
I mean, if you think about it, we saved a child.
All of my brutes, they have 2 soft spots: dogs and children.
But as you kind of just like affix his hand back, and he's still knocked out for all intents and purposes. Like the healing doesn't wake him back up. He has been through a lot of pain, and he is in a lot of pain right now. But you kind of just like strip the armor off of him. Beneath it is a child, roughly 6 to 8 years old.
Yeah.
Except they have all these battle wounds just peppering their body. You see a couple necrotizing black Icarus wounds kind of like leaking off of him. He doesn't look very good at all. And Drew, you wanted to cast a spell.
Yes.
There we go.
Your spell, after a minute of just watching these guys just like attach his hand again, your spell resolved, and you kind of like dive into the dreams of Samuel.
We missed a vigilance there as well. Just I'll give that a shout. I'll decline it because it didn't get picked up at the moment that they intended. But aim for his balls, and it looks like he fell asleep and headbutted the keyboard. Glitch. I have no idea what that is. Probably a reference to something that I don't get.
I don't see that, but okay.
Oh right, it's the fucking emote. DigiV.
Yeah.
Anim glitch. Right.
It is a emote.
Yeah, it's
I can see the emote. But yeah, you have knocked him out. What is your dream? Please, Matthew.
I want to first of all see what he's naturally dreaming of in this moment, because I assume it's probably not very good.
All right then. What you can naturally see is this tumultuous storm in the distance. The ground is a mixture of barren field and grassland. And in one corner, you see this raging monstrosity that is. They look like this black Icarus beast. They have long tendrils that kind of like, slither out of their frame. They have these piercing blue eyes, and they seem to be far larger than they have any right to be. And in the other corner, you see just a small child just sobbing and crying. And this beast is kind of approaching the child and kind of like with their tendrils kind of like slithering about and kind of creeping towards them. Samuel, don't you see what they do to us? Don't you see how they hurt us when you don't let me do what is necessary to keep us safe? No.
Yeah, if this is happening, I'm going to immediately stop it, and I'm just going to create huge numbers of vines and tendrils, and they're just going to grab this creature and just drag it away and underground.
Well, first of all, before you do that, I will need to make a wisdom saving throw, I believe, against your spell.
Yes. Dear God.
They're not going to be suffering a level of exhaustion, I'll tell you that much.
Do have a question on this one though, right? Because you got two, Samuel and Gregory. Whose dream is this? So
I would say that I'm going to roll a save for each of them. Because Gregory does have control in a certain way. And so does Samuel, and Jesus. Your spell save DC is an 18?
Yes.
Samuel also makes it, but Samuel is a lot more willing to let you manipulate his dream than Gregory is. But the thing is, while you're unable to influence either side of this landscape, what you are able to do, as Samuel allows at the very least, is you're able to make a wall of vines kind of like blocking off Gregory from Samuel's side. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Yes. And you kind of hear from the other side just like, Samuel, let me in! He's trying to deceive you! He's trying to hurt us! He's trying. And your wall of vines kind of like blocks out sound, but you can hear just like a rumbling from the other side as like a few leaves fall here and there from just like heavy impacts. But nothing's breaching it.
I'm going to approach Samuel. I'm going to give him a hug and say, "You must fight him, Samuel. Only you can truly defeat Gregory and free yourself from this madness."
It's not madness. Gregory means well. He's very angry.
He may have once meant well, but can you see how much pain and suffering he brings to everyone around him and you as well?
Yeah, I know. I know what he does, but he's still a part of me. He just looks up at you with these green eyes. You see that Samuel is a blonde-haired kid, slightly tanned skin from just being outside most of the time. Simple peasant garb and these like piercing, like gem-like green eyes that kind of like look up at you, and he's just like, and he says, oh, I'm sorry, he was a squirrel kid. I remember now. He's a little squirrel
Yeah.
kid, brown-furred squirrel kid, green eyes still, looking up at you. You have a Gregory inside of you too. Everyone does.
Is that what Gregory told you?
No. It's what I know. Those kids that would pick on me, that threw rocks at me, they had Gregory's too. You were hurting Gregory, and you let your Gregory out too.
Hey! Thanks for the raid there. What do we got? Magnus Switch. Wagons?
Hey.
Magnus? Hang on, I can't read it from there.
Magnus.
Magnus Twitch. Absolute fucking legend. Party of
Thank you
five.
for the raid.
Yep. Arrived just at the somber moment.
Yeah. As this little squirrel kid kind of just like seems to tuck in on
Guys,
themselves.
I think the stream froze.
What do you mean?
Not
It's
for me.
still working for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's still
Weird.
working for me.
But yeah, I'll
Oh,
tell Gregory.
my end was paused.
No, Simon even.
It happens. As
Welcome,
they kind
guys.
of like
How was you, before we get in now, how was your stream? What was you up to?
Yeah.
Magonus of Emerald Isle. Still, as this kid kind of like tucks in on themselves a little bit more, they just kind of like put their hands together and just like rub them a little bit. I may be I'm a good kid. I try and be nice. I try and be kind. And I know that what Gregory says sometimes isn't right, isn't true. But at the same time, I see him everywhere.
You have to understand, I didn't hurt Gregory for the sake of being Gregory and out of spite and hatred. He was hurting other people. I did it out of love of them, not hatred of him.
He kind of looks to the side, seeming to contemplate your words. Roll me a persuasion check.
This is going to go well.
Oh no.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
look at that.
Even with the -1. Not bad.
Nice.
You see him kind of look up to you and just like look away, then look back and look away, and he just kind of seems to squeeze himself a bit harder. Do you want to see my rock collection?
Absolutely.
Just looks up at you with these very tired looking eyes with these bags under him, and he just kind of like he walks you over to a nearby collection of rocks. They aren't anything in particular. They aren't like super shiny. They're just rocks. They aren't even particularly valuable. There's some stone, bit of granite, some clay.
I can see the sentimental value though. Ah. Granite, clay, quite the collection. Are there any you're missing that you particularly like to have?
This is my dreamscape. I make it what I want.
That's true.
If I wanted to. And he just like holds out a hand and there's gold in it. If I wanted to, this is what I could do. But I don't want it. He just tosses the gold off to the side. It's just like disappears.
True.
No. These rocks are each a memory.
True and honest.
He picks up a granite one. It's bare, it's basic, something that you might find paving a gravel road. And he offers it to you.
I'll take it in my hand.
As you take it in your hand, you find yourself looking at the world from a much smaller perspective, from that of a child, as you're just digging a hole. And you feel a sharp pain in your head as a rock strikes you. The very same rock that you're holding on to. And you hear, "Ha ha! Look at him digging the hole like a weirdo!" And you kind of look over and you see this slightly taller weasel kid kind of like pointing at you and laughing with a few shadowed gestures in the background, cackling along with. And as you reach over and pick up that stone, the world around you fades and you're back standing there in front of Samuel as he takes the rock from you. That was the first time I met Winston. And he puts it down, reaches over, and he picks up a much larger chunk of sandstone. And he offers it to you.
I will take it as well.
You take it, and your world and perspectives shift once again. And this time, you're walking, hands in your pockets, shoulders slouched, because you don't want Winston to see you. Not again. And you're taking a few back alleyway corridors here and there. And despite your best efforts, you hear, "Hey, look! It's that loser kid! Let's get him!" And you turn and you kind of like see this gaggle of weasel kids kind of like sprinting through the alleyways after you, and you kind of, with fear gripping your heart, you start to sprint and run. And as you're running as fast as you can, you feel a sharp pain in your foot as you trip and fall, tripping over the very sandstone that you were just holding. And that gives the others just enough time for them to catch up with you and start beating you. The dream fades, and you're back standing in front of Samuel as he takes that rock from you again and puts it back down. "I'm sorry, my rocks aren't very happy."
Are there no happy rocks?
He just looks. He seems to ponder for a little bit. And then he pauses in front of a very small emerald, like what you might put inside of a ring. And he picks it up. And he hands it to you. Or offers it.
I again accept it.
You take it, and you're transported once again, but this time you're at the bedside of a very sick squirrel woman. This brown-furred woman has the same green eyes as Samuel. And she's just gently stroking your head, and she's smiling at him. "Samuel, I'm glad to see that you're okay, son. Mommy's gonna get better soon, I assure you. I just have to... I just have to pay for a bit more medicine. I just have to manage to get up and work one more day, and I'll have enough for my medicine. Okay? And you nod your head. And she starts coughing. And as she pulls her right hand away from her mouth, you see a speckling of blood there, which she is very quick to hide from you. And she's like, hey, Samuel, why don't... And she's fiddling with her hand for a little bit before she removes something from it. And she offers it to you. It's a very simple wedding ring. With a little emerald sat right in the center of it. All the worldly possessions that your mother owned. And she says, Sam, I forgot about your birthday. I didn't get you anything, so maybe this would be nice, right? And, you quietly accept it, and you hold it. And that's where the memory ends.
I give the gem back to Samuel.
He takes it. He puts it right back in the same collection.
Very precious.
Gregory may be mean, but he protects me. I know what you mean, and I'll be better at keeping him in line. I'm not gonna let him out for a while. But he's not the only one to blame. What would you like to do?
The rest of us are there just watching this.
The rest of you
meditating
guys are. The rest of you guys see Drew kind of like meditating around Samuel as like Tepin's stripping armor off just like piece by piece. Eventually you do get all the armor off of him, and his squirrelish form is revealed once more, and he looks a lot healthier than he did the last you saw him, Tepin. He looks a lot more well. He looks full. He even
Yeah.
Well,
has
I
definition
should
to
imagine so. I think he had about 50, 60 years of life just from us.
So Tepin is just, while he's in this dream state, she's just gonna pet him on the head and be like, "You're a strong boy. It takes time to get through things like this, but I think you'll do just fine."
We don't see the dreams, do we?
No.
Yeah.
You guys are sadly not in the dream spell.
Yeah,
with
no, it's
Drew.
it's she knows what it's like to be bullied.
Yeah.
And she can tell that this is a very strong kid. So even though that he's unconscious, she's still going to encourage him from outside the dream world.
Yeah, which is perfectly fine. And I will say, I'll do something with that in a bit.
Okay.
But what are you guys doing while Drew's kind of like meditating on this kid?
Just patching him up, really, keeping him comfortable.
All right then, you guys.
Actual fact,
to...
though, I'm guessing that's more or less already done now. I'm going to see the state of the other kids because we've kind of neglected those. Are they still like old?
Oh, as you kind of like, as you look over, you see that these older men and women are kind of like,
Wouldn't they be squirrels and weasels too?
not exactly, but yes,
Oh.
a couple of them. A few. The squirrels and measles were the first to die off, kind of, and he replaced them
Oh.
with others.
Hmm.
Mm. Uh. Anyway, you guys note that there's at least, I want to say, 8 different elven people, kind of elven individuals, just kind of like watching the proceedings, with more than a few of them kind of like with their pickaxes in hand, kind of like eyeballing Samuel, like looking a touch aggressive.
Yeah.
I don't really
Let's
have
not.
anything to do,
I
and
think there's been enough bloodshed. Don't you agree?
You were and did you have anything you wanted to add, Stander?
I was just saying I don't really have anything to do until I hopefully get some information about what Matt saw.
Okay. I got you. But
Yeah.
did you want to do anything about? But did you want to do or say anything to these elves that look like they're about ready to come in here and just start putting those pickaxes to work on something other than stone? We have what Bash has said. If you want to add anything to that.
Yeah, I'll be like, inviting to like, oh look here, big puppy, come play, pet, good feelings, comfort.
They give you a look of incredulity, like,
That was
why?
obviously not how I phrase it in character.
Yeah, I figure. So you're trying to get them to play with your dog. Roll me a persuasion. They are still children at heart.
Could I have advantage due to Bash trying to calm them down as well?
It's
I
kind of
will
like
say
in
yes.
a good cop, bad cop. The good cop being the dog,
Yeah,
and the bad cop
I
being
will.
the scowling, clearly hard as 10 men fucking dwarf that's looking at them with
Yeah.
raised brows, going, "Do you really want
I
to
was.
step up now?"
Yeah, I was about to say they saw you guys take down Gregory, and you know they don't want to get involved with that dwarf. So
Yeah.
yes, Xander, by all means have
Either fight the
advantage.
dwarf or pet the puppy. Take your pick.
um, a few of them kind of like immediately drop their pickaxes and just kind of like walk over to the dog, like like, and they speak in this Do any of you guys speak Elvish? First of all,
No, I took Goblin as my
Nope.
other.
I have Goblin as well,
I
but
I heard no. All right then. So no one
Hold
speaks
on,
Elvish.
I'm checking on Tepin.
Okay, then.
Vatapin's checking. Chat, could you please pull me a direwolf character sheet so I can apply Noxus token?
I'll sort that. I'll
Should
sort that.
not.
Remember,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do the management stuff. I leave the GM in.
Okay.
All right then. So, yeah. Sadly, you do not speak Elvish. They speak in this beautiful tongue. This uh, goad, yes, goad. Oh yes. As they kind of like a few of them kind of like stumble over and they look, tears kind of begin to streak down their face. They just like approach the dog and they start petting it. A couple of the more hardened and older individuals just they give Samuel a weary look before they just give an exhausted sigh and let their pickaxe just fall to the side. A couple of them just kind of like collapsing and crying and believing that it is over. But yes, you have managed to quell the crowd, so to speak. Lastly, does anyone want to do anything with that sword that is
Hey guys,
just
should we feed it to
lying
Steve?
in the snow?
Oh, as apart from go around that Weasel Lord's house and shove it up his ass.
I theoretically have an action when I'm out of the dream, but that may not be for some time chronologically.
Yeah, I was waiting
I
for
will
Sam to
say-
sort of wake up because Bash wanted to have a chat with him as well.
Okay then. I will say that you, Drew, can end the dream spell whenever you want, or someone else can end it prematurely by just waking Samuel up because he is
Yeah.
stable, he is breathing normal. At any point in time, the rest of the party may wake him up.
Yeah, if he gets woken up, the spell would end.
So it is up to the party if they would like to wake him up.
I mean, Tepin did pet him, so
That's
I
not that's not waking him up. That's just
Fair
like
enough.
stroking his head. I will say within the dream you do see Samuel kind of like shudder in a pleased manner at the at something happening on the outside that you can't quite see, Drew.
she would probably at this point gently tap him on the cheek and be like, "It's time to wake up, kiddo."
Okay, then you give him a couple taps, and Drew, as you see the dream state begin to fall away, Samuel just looks at you and just gives you a nod. Thank you for looking at my rocks. And you're kicked out,
Yeah.
snapping back to your reality. And then, oh, there goes gravity as you're all floating into zero G. I'm messing. But but as Samuel's eyes just snap open, they're green again. He just like
There you
looks
are.
around. And he's like, and he looks
You're
at his
okay.
he looks at his severed at his would be severed hand. He's like, oh, it was just a dream.
Nah,
Yeah.
that wasn't just a dream. What had happened had actually happened. There's the blood of a lot of people on your hands, wee lad.
Well, more like a lot of
Oh.
squirrels and weasels.
Come with me.
Oh,
Me and you, wee lad, are gonna take a wee walk.
Be nice to him, okay? He's been through a lot.
So,
Okay.
just as out of earshot of everybody else, right now, seems that you've had more than a child's share of darkness of late.
Well, first of all, he kind of like picks himself up, and he does go with you.
He's not having choice.
I figure. And you're kind of like moving him along. He kind of like looks up at you, and he's because you're a dwarf, but he's a kid.
He's a kid.
And he's just like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know all about a wee bit of darkness in you. Shit happens in life. People betray you. People hurt you. They're going to affect you in different ways. Some people break and become weak. And I always remember just some underdog at the feet of their masters. And others, they turn into the bad wolf. Become strong, but they become dark. And become the monsters, even greater than those that created them. It's what you experienced. That's why all the wee children are dead. That's on your hands. Don't you dare fall back and say that was all Gregory. That was you. Don't ever forget that. You have to make up for that. If life gives you a chance. But there's a third way. And he stops. And he kneels down so he's eye level with him. And I'll be honest with you, lad. It's a tough one. It's one that I'm only starting to walk myself. You can be strong. But you can keep your heart. Learn to love through the pain. Now that makes a man mighty. Makes a true leader. True man of honour. Then you become a guardian wolf. Protect the weak as you protect yourself. But you never forget how to love. What kind of dog do you want to be?
I don't want to be a dog at all.
You're taking the metaphor too literal, lad. What kind of man do you want to be? Do you want to
You
be
see him.
Do you want to be strong
him-
and full of love? Strong and full of malice? Or do you want to be a broken man? That's your only three choices.
You see him ponder for a moment. And you watch as he reaches his hand out and kind of grips at the air, and as if it was always there, that sword reappears. But instead of oozing or radiating this thick necrotic energy, it has a light sheen to it, this shimmer that is more like a soothing balm upon someone than a version of the eyes, so to speak.
That looks quite fitting. There was once a group of warrior sorcerers called the Jebai. And they had swords not too dissimilar to that one. They used to consider their swords shields. In a strange metaphorical way. But they used their swords to protect.
Well, if I can intervene with you, I don't know what I don't know what I've done. I've seen a little bit of it, but Gregory shields me from a lot of what he does. But I can see the aftermath, and I know that I have a very long life now. I can't give back what I stole. Well, I can't give back what we stole, but I can make some use of it. I'm sorry that I hurt you and the others.
Yeah, we'll live. They're those you need to make up for. For the families that have lost their children. And even those that are still alive now that have lost their years.
I know. I'm gonna go now.
You'll be alright, lad.
See me again. And
I get a sense that he's like legitimately like, you know, fuck this Gregory bullshit. Like, is he like, yeah,
you get the sense that he's gonna do a lot of soul searching.
So about that sword.
That sword is gone.
It rematerialized into the kid's hand in a different form.
Yep.
He's gonna be a Jedi.
He looks at you. He looks at you, and his parting words to you before he seems to just disappear are simply put, you have a Gregory inside of you, but you know how to live with it. I need to know how to live with mine. And that is when he goes. He just seems to take a step, and he slips between nothingness and is gone.
Only time will tell if that's a mistake. Letting him go.
Only time will tell.
Maybe it was a good idea.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore if Drew shares the information or not, because what I wanted to do is fucked.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
We had.
But
What is it you wanted to do?
I will say that you can do whatever you want to do first before he gets dragged off. There you go.
Yeah, I can't though. I can't though, because I was gonna take the kid to dusk.
Oh.
You know the
To-
place where broken urchins go in
Oh
my backstory.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
He
I
wouldn't have wanted to go. I'm sorry.
yeah, I think the debt that he's got to repay is going to be a little bit bigger
Yeah.
than what the work he can do at Dusk.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have wanted to go anyway. He currently doesn't feel comfortable being around other children, considering what happened the last time he was around
Yeah.
children. But yeah, no. Samuel leaves, and the four of you remain with a bunch of very, very old elven people. You would probably put their ages at roughly, God, how old can elves live up to? Like what, 500 years, 800 years, some shit like that. Let
And
me
they were
check it.
like, what,
While.
fucking 20, 30?
Wait, so did no one gain back the years that were taken?
Nope. He said specifically, I cannot give back what I have stolen.
Yeah, okay, that's gonna be a drastic
750
change for
years
few
old.
player characters.
They can live to be up to 750 years old. So, a lot of them are roughly in their 300 to 400 age range.
Okay, so they still look pretty good.
They're starting to. I mean, a majority of them are 300 to 400 years old. A few of them are 500 to 600 years old.
Okay.
And Taffy, as you kind of like return to the party, you hear a little chime in the back of your head. Well, that was really well done of you. Good job, good job. He may not have been able to give back what was stolen, but I have an opportunity for you.
Yeah, this when the voice chimes in, there's a sort of like a very low, subtle, guttural growl coming from Bash.
You good, Bash?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Do you need a hug?
Nah, I'll be
How old
right.
is Bash?
He was probably the dwarven equivalent to his like late 30s, early 40s. Was.
I will say they mature at the same rate as humans, but they are considered quotation marks young until they reach the age of 50 by their own race. So theoretically, you could be 30 to 40 years old and be middle aged by human standards. So it is up to you if you want to be 30 to 40, or if you want to be the dwarven middle age of 150 to 200, I guess. 150.
Yeah, he's the sort of dwarven equivalent of middle-aged.
Okay, then.
Or
So
was
that would
before
be...
the fucking aging. So I mean, slightly still. It's not. It wasn't a huge amount for a dwarf.
All right, then. So it's 150 out of a max of 350, plus whatever age you got it up. And you hear, and this little voice says, "If you wish, I can offer you a trade arrangement." Some of your compatriots, the people that fought with you, are not as long-lived as you are. If you carry their burden, then I will allow you to work it off through good deeds.
Couldn't you just age me up and then age them down? Be closer to that grave.
Here's the thing, though. If I did simply that and just fixed all the wrongs in the world, then no one would learn. And a certain person needs to learn. Poke, poke.
No, I'm heading on this journey with you anyway. As much as your general disposition can kind of get on my skin a little, you do have a point. I've admitted that. So I add more good deeds onto the roster.
Joy. So if you, Taffy,
Mhm.
as Bash, wish to take the years off of each of the player characters, you may certainly do so. You just place a hand on them, and it works like a lay on hands effect. You just kind of like refund the years that were stolen from them
Mhm.
using your own,
All right.
and then keep track of how many years that is in total.
I think I lost 14.
I lost 29.
I lost 21.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
that's fine. So
21,
as
29,
Bash sort of steps in, he looks at Xander with this sort of like the showing a bit of a grace. Yeah, lad. Puts his hand on his shoulder. You feel like that sort of general sort of like overall internal aches and stuff, that it's like, oh God, am I coming down with the flu? No, that's just what middle ages feels like. That's the start of becoming old. That's just the early onset warnings, just of what 90's gonna fucking feel like. And you
have
feel
a
that
streak
just
of
sort
gray
of,
hair too.
yeah, they feel that sort of alleviate, and he just does the same with Drew and does the same with Teppin as well. As you ages sort of, you notice there's a bit more salt and pepper in Bash's beard. There.
That look suits you.
Thank you.
You want to know why?
It shows how smart and wise you are. She just says with a smile.
Bash, you hear a from just inside your inner ear. Oh, being quiet again.
From a certain perspective, I suppose. He does have 19 wisdom.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, we've been streaming for 3 hours. If you guys want, I have another 30 minutes. I have another 30 minutes to an hour left of content, but it's up to you guys.
I have grocery shopping I have to do still.
Okay.
All right then. Well, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if I may make a suggestion for the raid,
Yep.
with today being Thankmas, there is a small group of players that are currently doing D&D for Thankmas.
We've got a 5-minute break.
Thank us.
I mean, yes.
Somebody just dropped a 5-minute break.
If we were going to keep on playing, I would have dropped a 5-minute break. But someone else beat me to it.
Yeah, we rejected that because we're just about to close down. Okay, we're gonna.
Yep.
Yeah, post them in
very-
chat.
Yeah. Also, because I'm a hashtag shill. If you like my DMing style and my DMing in general, I also stream at this YouTube channel that I just linked in the chat every Tuesday at 22:30 GMT or 17:30 CST. Every week on Tuesdays. That is my Reigns of Vitrium campaign. But yes, please feel free to join us again next week for more improvisational D&D.
I also do stream. I'm not on YouTube, but I will be streaming this evening, probably around 5 p.m. PST. I don't know what that would be GMT, but if you're interested, here is this. Yeah, I'll be either doing Minecraft or Pokemon Violet.
That'll be 0100 GMT.
Yeah.
And guys, so those of you who are new, came in from the raid, this is hi, welcome to the Tabletop Arcade. So this is more or less our secondary platform. Our primary platform is a Discord server with a tabletop RPG community. Primarily, we do other nerdy shit as well. If you want to get involved in some games, if you've been watching tabletop games, D&D for a bit and thinking, shit, I want to try and do a bit of that, or maybe you do have a game that you play IRL face to face, lucky you, and you want to play a little bit more and don't mind just getting online and maybe playing with a few of us lunatics. You'll see a link down below you'll see the big brand thing with the what is a sort of mixture between a D20 and game joystick because tabletop arcade, kind of like tabletop games in an arcade. It's all puns, right? Click on that.
You
Hop
too,
into
Argon.
Yeah, hop into the server. Just click to sort of agree to the ethos. It's simple enough. Just don't go out of your way to irritate people or be the irritable person. Use common sense and context matters and all that wonderful stuff. If you're happy with that, click that. You'll see the community West marches. I'm sure the guys just ask in chat, in general chat, for a bit of guidance and stuff. The people will help you out. There's also any sort of GM coaches you'll see, which that's your sort of your contact list there for any support. Just ask those people in there for any help. They'll guide you around and help you find some more games. We do have a bunch of new West marches to set up, not just in D&D. We're doing Cyberpunk Red. Well, there's D&D, but there's Star Wars 5e. That's a thing that's happening now. We got one of those games actually tomorrow, which I believe Victor's running. Are we streaming that? I can't remember if we're streaming that. I have no idea.
No, we wasn't.
We wasn't streaming that one. Okay, well that's a private game. But if you want, you can get involved in that West March and play alongside and roll up a character yourself. But other than that, we're going to raid these people. Stick around in the raid, guys. If you've noticed, the channel points has a bunch of stuff that allows you to fuck with its stream. This is what we ended up doing a Christmas theme because somebody put that in as a suggestion and kind of change the world narrative towards that direction. It was a bit of a nudge. You get to do all that wonderful stuff with the points. If you stick around for a raid, it's an extra 250 points, which you get to spend fucking with Shad and the rest of us. Isn't that great?
I will say their mic quality
just
isn't
realized-
the best, but they seem like they're having a good time.
I just realized I need to do the fucking Christmas outro thing. Fuck, damn it.
Oh, well, you're running very low on time, so...
Okay. And as the camera pans away, you hear a as a gentle snowfall begins to filter down, and you hear the chipmunks and the squirrels beginning to sing, and it was on this day that a lesson was learned that you can't suck the souls out of children at all.
I have no idea how much of this is going to be included before we end up raiding because the crazy delay, but we should see.
And you see a sleigh in the distance with carried by a bunch of reindeers and a druid cracking a whip like, on hi ho silver away as I spread Christmas cheer.
Forward whip them.
Fun whip, dear.
I don't regret any of the decisions I made leading to this point. Cheers,
and
guys.
lastly,
what was it
see
more?
Gregory. Oh, sorry, Samuel, looking up above.
7,
This
6,
was nice.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
And we're raiding.
And we're raiding. Alright, I'm gonna deafen myself while I go do all the raidy stuff.
Welcome in. Who is this? Tabletop Arcade. Thanks, guys. Please consider donating to Thanksmas 2022. The link's below. You can redeem that for rewards. We are just about to start combat now. Exclamation point thanks for the details on what you can bestow upon people. These two are going to be fighting each other. This one's going to be fighting someone that he don't even know yet. It's going to be a good time.
And I'm going to be tripping balls.